City. Entertain everyone with go-karts, trampolines, mini golf, and more. See you all summer long at Metropolis Resort, where the fun never stops.
Metropolis Resort. MetropolisResort.com.
Whether it's in education, business, or athletics, being part of a team is something truly special. This is Jamie Liebrandt, Market President at Northwestern Bank, and every day our team is here for you, for your family, your business, and your community. At Northwestern Bank, you'll find all the technology and services of big banks, but in a personal setting that shows that people are what we value most. Northwestern Bank, building stronger communities where people matter. Member FDIC.
All right, we are getting closer, and in fact now we've got New Richmond on the field, and I told you about Nick Stelrecht. He is a junior right-hander, so the Cards had faced a lefty the entire game, Aiden Eckert, and now Stelrecht.
He's a big kid.
Now what about just for the layperson, they might feel like, wow, Chahai lost 8-1, and say, wow, you got so dominated, especially those last 2 innings. They would say a heavy advantage to New Richmond, but it is the start of a new game. So what about that mentally?
Yeah, I think, you got to learn to flush that game too right away, and you got to take the positives. And after 5 innings, we were up 1-0.
I know, that's a huge point. You're right.
Just stay positive with what, the good things. And, they had one really good inning where they hit the ball, and that was it.
Yeah. So let's turn this into our Toyson Ford keys to the game. You'll find a friend at Toyson Ford at Chippewa Falls. What would be the key here, Chad Frederick, for the Cards in Game 2?
I think the key for Game 2 here is to have some patient at-bats, because from what I've heard from Stelrecht pitching this year is he throws really hard, but he does have a hard time with the strike zone.
Okay, we'll keep that in mind for the Cardinals. And they started off with Brady Smith, Jared Erickson, and Lucas Logslett. And we are underway. And again, setting things defensively, Stelrecht on the mound, the righty, Bennett Scribner, the catcher, Max Kredovics, the coach's son, is the first baseman, Luke Quaddy at second, Reagan Driscoll at short, and Gavin Terrace at third. Then it's Max Dirks in left, Regan Severine in center, and Aiden Eckert, the pitcher from Game 1, in right. And we are underway with Brady Smith. First one from Stelrecht is ball, 1-0. How about Brady for the season so far?
Yeah, Brady was hitting .286 coming in, on-base percentage of .444. So he's had
called strike.
Early in the season, everybody was kind of struggling, but we've had a lot of guys starting to put some hits together here and bring those averages up.
1-1 to Brady. Looks at the ball high, 2-1. Beautiful day for baseball. Clouds earlier, but just good mixture of clouds and sun, a little bit of wind, not too bad. New Richmond looks like the Baltimore Orioles, the way their uniforms are, and the count goes 3-1 now. The New Richmond Tigers, you just have to fight the urge to call them the Orioles, who have been struggling a lot till they beat the Brewers yesterday, 8-4 and 11. Smith now with ahead in the count, 3-1 from Stelrecht. The pitch from the righty. He looks at ball 4, take your base. Brady's aboard. Good way to start for the Cards.
Yep, be patient. He said he struggles with the zone a little bit.
And got to get us into our next hitter here for Chippewa Falls is Jared Erickson. How about Jared hitting from the left side? Had a big hit there in Game 2. The RBI had the Cards the lead for a while.
Did
the ball called strike, 0-1.
Jared's hitting .244, .475 on base percentage. He's worked a lot of walks this year too. He's had a lot of really good at bats.
Is he a good bunter in the 2 spot?
He is a very good bunter in the 2 spot.
You would hope that and think that, and it helps he's at the left-hand side, and he fouls that one off. That was maybe a tough pitch to bunt, and now he's in the hole 0-2.
Yeah, you see some guys that when you're sacrificing, you should maybe square just a little bit earlier. Yeah. Some guys like to square a little bit late, and that makes it just a little bit harder sometimes to get it down, especially with a guy like Stelrecht who's got some pretty good velocity too.
Is the hesitation that, the sooner you're giving it away, I guess?
Yeah, I think.
The 0-2 pitch, and that one's in the dirt, and then it kind of bounced up and hit the umpire or somebody, came back into the field to play, but the count 1-2.
Yeah, I think kids worry too much about getting the bunt down and thinking they're bunting for a hit, but in this situation, you weren't bunting for a hit. You're just trying to get it down and move the runner.
1-2 now to Erickson. Top half of the first game, 2 Cards lost the first one, 8-1. Here on WOGO Sports, and misses 2-2. This is down low. Stelrecht has kind of a big-time classic delivery, doesn't he?
He does, and he's got the huge frame. Like he's a big kid, and only a junior. Yeah,
there you go. Thanks for that encouragement. 2-2, and that one chin music, but misses 3-2. So he's gone from 0-2 to 3-2 to Jared Erickson, runner aboard and nobody out for the Cards. So good early start here for Chippewa, and you'd love to get the pressure on New Richmond early and give Brady some great support.
It's always easier to pitch with the lead if you can come out right away.
Yeah. 3-2, here it is. And Erickson smashes one to second. Throw over to second for the out, and they'll settle for that. So Luke Quaddy getting it to Reagan Driscoll for the out. Driscoll, as we said in game 1, had not been involved defensively much at all, but the fielder's choice score it 4-6, and that's what Erickson's aboard with as they eliminate Smith. And Logslett now, the Cardinals' second baseman.
.438 on base percentage for Lucas, so he's been doing a good job, like I said, hitting and getting on base.
Boyvier on deck and misses 1-0. From Nick Stelrecht, the big right-hander. He's behind 2-0 now to Logslett, who's had a hot bat at another hit in the last game and a walk. The pitch to Lucas, ball low. Oh, that's a called strike. I thought it was low. All right, 2-1.
It's a good pitch to take. Not much you're going to do with that one anyway.
Lucas getting the signs from head coach Mitch Steinmetz over at third base. Just underway, game 2. Cards lost the first one, 8-1. Runner at first is now Erickson. Short lead, small lead. The pitch, that one's in the dirt, 3-1. And again, Bennett Scribner getting his workout early here. Not only is it game 2 for him crouching and crouching and crouching, but you got different pitchers you're catching, right? You got all used to catching Eckert. Now you're catching a righty. And
Eckert was around the zone. And, and Stelrecht's, just a little bit more wild too.
Yeah.
So
2-1 now to Logslett, the Cardinal 3-hitter. 1 out, 1 on the pitch. This one smashed up the middle, base hit for Logslett. So the Cardinals have runners at first and second.
Nice hit by Lucas right back up the middle.
And again, that's that hot hitting you're talking about and that on-base percentage. So runners at first and second. Boy, you'd really, especially after losing 8-1, you'd really love to get maybe a run or two here in this first inning. And Boyvier now, his at-bat as he comes to the plate. Lefty versus righty. And he struck out twice and grounded out to third back in the first game.
And Brecken was hitting .371 coming into today.
Solid average for sure.
Yep.
1-0 to Brecken. Hitting from the left side. Looking the runner back. Runners at first and second. Stelrecht and fouled off. 1-1. Well, you like to get to some of these guys early if you can. You never know how much tougher they're going to get as the game unfolds. Turn your dreams into reality with Stelter Incorporated. The highest quality and longest lasting concrete for 3 generations. Stelter Incorporated, always proud to support local sports. Visit StelterIncorporated.com. I've been around long enough to remember Ryan Stelter back in the day at McDonald. And 2-1 now to Boyvier.
Yeah, Stelrecht's getting his pitch count up early here, so that's
good.
That's a good sign. I don't know how deep New Richmond is in their pitching staff.
And Eckert he's done for the day, so that's good.
Yep, Eckert actually finished. I got a little information.
2-1 pitch and hit into left center field, and the long run out there, and it's going to be caught by the center fielder for out number 2, Regan Severine, the junior, with the out there.
I got Sam had thrown 80 pitches.
Okay.
That's where he was at when he got taken out. He was exactly 80, and Eckert actually finished with 102, so he was on his last guy.
Gotcha. And he took it right down to the end. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I think his strikeout stopped after the 5th inning. So.
Yep.
All right, so a fly out by Boisvert to center field, and it brings up Cole Perlberg. Hit the ball well as last time, and he looks at a strike one. So Stelrecht starting to settle in a little bit here as we move along in inning number 1. Northwestern Bank, building stronger communities where people matter, and proud to support local athletics. Northwestern Bank. 0-1 count. Runners at first and second. 2 out. There's a called strike 2. So Perlberg, a couple of looking strikes called on him. And this is a tough situation now, isn't it? 0-2.
It is.
Big right-hander, Stelrecht. He's probably not going to.
He's throwing him 2 straight curveballs, too, to start this at bat.
Rough. Cole would have liked a fastball, I think. The 0-2 pitch, and that's a fastball way upstairs, like the 3rd story. And so 1-2.
Yeah, Stelrecht is a really good athlete. I'm pretty sure he's a 3-sport athlete. He was their starting quarterback on the football team, and he's a pretty good basketball player, too.
Yeah. Harder to find those guys. They used to be more common. And, a check swing, and there's a safe fair ball. I don't get it. The strike 3, but he ran it successfully to first base. Help me out with that one.
Drop 3rd strike or strike 3 in the dirt, and got away from the catcher.
It wasn't contact. Okay, so that is a strikeout, but he's on base.
It goes in as a strikeout in the book, and
Number 10. Braden.
That's about the craziest play in baseball, isn't it? When it happens. Yeah.
It is. You don't see it happen a lot.
But it's not it. I heard it in one of the games we had on the other day. I don't know if it was McDonald or what. So bases are loaded for Braden Hagman. And this is grounded to 3rd base, gobbled up there. Throw over to first is going to be in time for the out. So the vacuum, Gavin Terrace handling it. The Cards strand 3 in the middle of 1. It's Shanghai nothing. New Richmond coming up on WOGO Sports. This is Cardinal Baseball.
To help simplify life, people are looking to their homes for more comfort and enjoyment. New home builders as well as remodelers are completing their bathroom projects in style with luxury shower doors from White City Glass. 3/8 or half-inch shower doors from White City Glass offer a quality that is evident, making shower time more relaxing any day of the week. Are you ready for luxury, style, and relaxation? Make the right choice for your shower doors. See White City Glass today.
Hey, it's Caleb for Livia Weight Control Center in Eau Claire. The team at Livia personalized a weight loss and nutrition program just for me, and I lost 55 pounds in less than 3 months, and I've kept it off for well over a year. Livia also has the best pricing on GLP-1 medications, and they offer Lipo B12 and NAD Plus as well. Right now, you can save 50% on Livia's award-winning nutrition program. Lose 20 pounds or more by summer. Visit Livia.com, call 855-GO-LIVIA, or stop in to Livia Weight Control Center in Eau Claire.
All right, to the bottom half of the first we go, and best I can tell, it's the same batting order here for New Richmond. Kredovics and Driscoll and Terrace, followed by Eckert and Scribner and Dirks and Solberg and Quaddy and Severine. Yep. Positions a little different. Eckert goes to right field, and obviously you've got the pitcher, Stelrecht, and he's not batting. So Brady Smith, he is identified by Coach Steinmetz as the #1 pitcher. Tell us about Brady again.
Yeah, Brady's got a nice mix of pitches. You know, he's done a really good job this year. He's had some really, really good deep outings into games. Fastball, cutter, curveball. So he keeps hitters off balance.
Number 6, Max.
Not a high strikeout pitcher, but you know, kind of pitches, it pounds the strike zone and makes guys put the ball in play, and that's where the defense comes in. You know, that they've been playing really good defense behind him.
So Brady, the right-hander, and again, on paper, the Cardinals knew that they did not want to have him go up against the ace. And this is going to be smashed. The first pitch is a base hit for Kredovics, and so this looks more like New Richmond from the 6th and 7th inning. And now Reagan Driscoll.
Reagan Driscoll.
Yeah, first pitch swinging, which you don't always see. You know, leadoff guys do much. I always batted leadoff and was ingrained to, you know, always take a strike and make that guy work in that first at bat, so you help your teammates out, and see the pitches, see what he's got.
Well, game 2 of a doubleheader, and they felt comfortable, right? So, yeah. And there's a bunt laid down here by Driscoll, fielded by Smith. Throw over to first in time for the out to Boivier, and the runner Kredovics advances to second. So the successful sacrifice has scored 1-3 on that one. And runner at scoring position now, Kredovics for Gavin Terrace. And Gavin Terrace in the last game had a single and a double. So 2 for 4. Struck out and grounded out to second.
He had a couple of good swings in that first game.
Yeah. And he waits and swings and strike one. Well, they're coming out swinging in general here.
Yes, they are.
Although I guess a bunt wasn't quite that, but as is the case with double headers, still getting everything written into my scorebook here, so not that it affects the people at home, except it makes the broadcast more challenging. All right, hitting from the right side, Gavin Terrace. In that first game, again, those 2 hits he had. And then off-speed pitch is grounded. Paul Perlber cannot get it. The runner waited at second base. He's going to go to third, and they're going to try to get him. And the throw is grabbed there as Erickson gunning it to the third baseman, Martin. And now runners at the corners, and they're hitting Brady here a little bit.
Yeah, they are. That's always sometimes the danger of a pitcher who is around the zone a lot. You know, sometimes the hitter's approach changes too, and they're a little bit more aggressive because they know they're going to get a lot of pitches to hit.
Yeah. And so has Brady faced that challenge? I mean, he's had a successful season, but that's just something I imagine every outing he's got to kind of deal with, right?
He has. I think actually the very first game of the year we were at Rapids, and I think they hit him early in the game too, and then he kind of settled in and started missing some barrels and stuff, which is obviously the goal as a pitcher.
And now the 0-1 to Eckert. So runners at the corner, still no damage done, but there's clouds in the sky that we're concerned about for the Cardinals here, as Brady tries to get out of this jam. First and third and only 1 out. And Eckert looks at the ball, and the count goes to 1-1 to Eckert, who again had a successful opening game. And not only on the mound, but he had 3 hits. He was 3 for 4 in game 1.
Yeah, he's a really, really good player.
And he's going to bunt down the third base line, and here comes the runner, and it's fielded by Smith. He's going to throw it in the dirt, not in time. The runner faking as if he's going to go, but the bases are loaded as Eckert bunts for a single. So the bunt there, but the runner was not, it was not like a suicide squeeze. He bunted for a hit.
He did. He looked like they kind of peeked at the third baseman, and he was kind of playing deep and almost like a safety squeeze. The guy on third did not go.
So Bennett Scribner now the catcher, and he is hitting from the right side. Bases loaded here, bottom of the first, scoreless game, but big threat being put on. And he had an RBI single and also an RBI and a fielder's choice in the first game. And there's a called strike 1. So Brady needing to really toughen his mindset here as he gets the ahead 0-1.
Yeah, kind of working into a jam here a little bit, but let's see if he can work out of it.
Bases loaded and 1 out for the Cardinal right-hander, the junior. Waiting, and here it is to Scribner. Fastball misses upstairs, 1-1. Livia Weight Control Center in Eau Claire is the trusted leader in weight loss with doctor-recommended personal weight loss and nutrition plans. Our own Caleb Swenson lost 55 pounds in less than 3 months and has kept it off for well over a year. Livia has the best pricing on GLP-1 weight loss medications. There's a pitch. It's hit foul and out of play. Mention WOGO Sports to save 50% on your personalized weight loss and nutrition plan. Livia Weight Control Center in Eau Claire. A lot of concern for the kids. I got to tell you, we had a news story this week of obese and overweight kids by 2030. I mean, just the numbers are just huge. So, the importance of sports, right? Eating right.
Yeah, that is a big thing.
A lot of video games and snacking going on. So, and he goes down on strikes, does Scribner, so that's a huge K, the first one of the game for Brady Smith. Some oohs and ahs from the crowd on that one. First strikeout, and brings up Max Dirks.
Alex Solberg.
Solberg. So they did change the lineup on us.
Did they change it a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit. So at least maybe I screwed up, but anyhow, Alex Solberg. Yeah, he hit so well last game. I think they moved him up in the order, and he is probably DHing again. You can check the list they gave you, but yeah, just a sophomore, Solberg. And he looks at the ball 1-0. So Solberg with the bases loaded, ahead in the count, 1-0.
Yep, Solberg is DHing again.
And yeah, he was impressive at the plate.
Yeah, so actually they dropped Dirks to 8 in the lineup.
We'll figure it out. Bases loaded. Smith trying to get out of this thing. 2 outs. The pitch. This one hit in the air. Shallow outfield going back. Perlberg called off by Erickson, who makes the catch. Brady gets out of the jam. The Cardinals scoreless with New Richmond on the road at the end of 1 on WOGO Sports. This is Cardinal Baseball.
Propane is energy efficient and affordable, and Quality Propane and Fuels has been the trusted propane supplier to northern Wisconsin since 1996. Propane keeps the lights on and your appliances and furnace running even during power outages. Trust the team at Quality Propane and Fuels, committed to their customers and always looking to improve safety and efficiency, helping you cut energy costs. Payment programs available for any situation. Residential, commercial, or industrial, choose Quality Propane and Fuels. Call, stop by, or visit qualitypropaneandfuels.com.
At Chippewa Valley Financial Services, they know that taxes and bookkeeping are a necessary part of life and business, but often the last thing you'd like to be working on. With offices in Chippewa Falls and Eau Claire and a full staff of accountants, bookkeepers, and tax preparers, Chippewa Valley Financial Services stands ready to help businesses and individuals, taking away the burden and freeing up your time for what matters most. For taxes, accounting, and bookkeeping, there's only one name you need to know: Chippewa Valley Financial Services.
All right, to the bottom of this, top of the second we go. The Cardinals, Gavin Thompson, Jackson Martin, and Landon Atkinson, the 7, 8, and 9 hitters. That's a huge deal. Bases loaded, 1 out. Brady Smith got out of the jam.
He did. That was big. Both pitchers kind of worked out of some jams in the first inning and threw a lot of pitches. So, it was nice to see Brady kind of settle in there and work out of it.
Absolutely. And see what they can do with the 7, 8, and 9 hitters here. Hey, has that small chip in your windshield turned into a big crack? Call White City Glass, serving all of western Wisconsin. White City Glass. Mitch Steinmetz getting ready to man his post, encourage that his team not falling behind.
Gavin Thompson.
And Gavin Thompson been hitting over 400 on the season. See what he can do. Good spot to have him leading off here.
Yep, good place for him to get things started.
Game 2 of a doubleheader, and then it's the postseason on Tuesday. Ball misses 1-0 to Thompson. Have the doubleheader for you, Chahai and Eau Claire Memorial. That'll be on the radio and on our WOGO Sports YouTube channel, and also on the YouTube channel and on Facebook is the McDonald game against Loyal Greenwood, both at Casper. 2-0 now, Gavin Thompson. The lefty in the Cardinals lineup, one of the couple there. Against the right-handed Nick Stelrecht Jr. Ball misses. 3-0. Don't see a lot of 3-0s. All day, I can't think of too many we've had.
No. So this is the key, patient at bats and not chasing pitches early in the count, making Stelrecht work a little bit.
The 3-0 pitch. That's a called strike. So Stelrecht unloaded with one, a low fastball, and it goes to 3-1. Thompson, Jackson Martin getting his first action today in at the hot corner, and Landon Atkinson, who's had a long day, called strike 2. So I would think that probably, as well as Gavin hit, he still had the red light on strike 1. Then at 3-1, I guess it's kind of take your pick. Now it's full.
Yeah, looking for maybe something different there.
Here we go, the 3-2 pitch. Ball low, take your base. So good eye by Gavin on ball 4, and he's aboard. And it brings up Jackson Martin. Clue us in on Jackson here a little bit.
Jackson hasn't had a lot of at-bats this season yet either. He's hitting, I think, 222 coming into today. And I'm going to expect him to probably lay down a bunt here.
Okay. Now some people, here we go. And it's going to be a ball high, 1-0. Now some folks would be like, well, if they know they're going to bunt, but they're not up at all necessarily.
No, third baseman's not in that much, actually. This feels like a game where you want to try to get that first run across if you can.
And there's a called strike, 1-1. A lot of cat and mouse in baseball, isn't there?
There is, and maybe you're trying to get to a certain count before you kind of do it. And
1 ball and 1 strike to Jackson Martin in at the hot corner of this game. The senior, the pitch. And he did square to bunt, and it's going to be strike 2. How did you like bunting?
I loved it.
You did.
But I was a speed guy, so.
What did you? Oh, you just felt like I could lay this down and beat it out?
Yep.
Yeah. 1-2. Stelrecht with nobody out and a runner at first. Gavin Thompson, the pitch. Ooh, check swing. He checked it. Safe. He's safe. Okay, so 2-2. A little close there.
That was close.
It was close.
That was close.
They always say break the wrists, right? So.
Yep.
All right, 2-2 now to Jackson Martin, the Cardinal third baseman, with Gavin at first. Nobody out. Top half of the second, scoreless game. Off-speed pitch, and he grounds it to second, and it's going to be gobbled up by Quaddy. Throw over to first in time for out number 1.
That works just as good as a bunt. Move the guy over to second.
Yeah, it does. And so the 4-3 fielder's choice, and they get him, and it does move the guy to second, and it brings up Atkinson, the catcher. Finding myself saying gobbled up, and I'm remembering my other games this year. I don't know where that's come from. Am I looking forward to Thanksgiving? I don't know what. But, okay. Landon Atkinson hitting from the right side. We can get his numbers from earlier. He looks at strike 1. Landon hitting that 9 spot earlier was 1 for 2. He did have a single to left, right? I believe.
He did. Little ground ball between short and third.
Yeah. Should be huge here. Well, again, a 0-0 game, top of the second. Cards led 1-0 through 5 in the first one. There's a curveball that misses. 1-1 with Brady Smith on deck and Jared Erickson in the hole. Cardinals have a number of seniors, but not the 11 that New Richmond has.
Well, again, 11 seniors is incredible.
Yeah. And there's the fastball hit pretty good to left field. The long run out there, and it's going to be caught by the left fielder. He takes it in. Max Dirks, a great catch, and the runner held. Wow. So good job out there left by Max Dirks. Long fly out. Landon hit it very well.
Yep, that was a well-hit ball. Left fielder made a nice running catch to track that down. And then it looked like Gavin was kind of maybe caught between tagging up and not tagging up, and didn't end up.
So he's still at second base, still in scoring position with 2 outs for Brady Smith. You got the top of the order coming up, and that might be one of the thoughts here. Brady, a good contact hitter.
Yeah, and it's, the plays like that are more of an instinct play.
Yeah.
You're not relying on the coach to tell you whether you should run or not. You just got to have a feel of.
Curveball for a strike, and it goes 0-1.
If you think you can make it,
yeah.
Go.
Right. And 0-1, there's the high pitch, 1-1. For taxes, accounting, and bookkeeping, there's really only one name you need to know, Chippewa Valley Financial Services. Whether it's for you or your business, Chippewa Valley Financial Services is always here to help. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 out, runner at second, Gavin Thompson. Ball low. 2-1 to Brady, who walked his first time against Nick Stelrecht, New Richmond Jr. Settle in here. Come on, Brady, get yourself a single. Let's get a 1-0 lead here. What do you say?
A good time for it here.
It's into the dirt, 3-1. So 3-1 to Brady Smith, the top of the order for the Cards, and the top of the second. It feels like we've played longer than that, but we did play a whole game earlier.
Both teams had bases loaded, so the first inning was a long one, too.
Yeah.
A long one, too.
Yeah. Get some sunshine here. 3-1 now to Brady Smith. Cardinal pitcher. And he smacks one, third base, glove there, throw over to first is going to be in time for the out, and a great stretch by Max Kredovics at first, a great stretch catching the ball from Gavin Terrace. The Cards get a runner in scoring position and strand him. The middle of 2 from New Richmond. It's Chi and New Richmond still scoreless on WOGO Sports. This is Cardinal Baseball.
Want to reach customers? Advertise on WOGO Sports.
Cardinals trailing 5-4. The pitch from Elstad.
And this one, base hit to center. The Cardinals running to third, around third, and digging for home. Here comes the play at the plate, sliding center.
Wow.
Cardinals win. Cardinals win. Allie Geist delivers the huge hit.
Advertise in WOGO's broadcasts of local high school sports. Call us anytime or click on advertising at WOGO.com.
Is your shopping a bit boring?
Paper or plastic?
Then come to Bargain City's Superstore in Chippewa Falls, Rice Lake, and Eau Claire. Bargain City's ever-changing inventory means you never know just what you'll find or how big your savings could be. Name brand apparel, home goods, furniture, even new scratch and dent appliances with warranty. Bargain City Superstore in Chippewa Falls, Rice Lake, and Eau Claire. Your shopping adventure awaits.
All right, Cardinals. Brady Smith got out of a jam in the first inning. Now, bottom of 2. Still scoreless. New Richmond came out swinging in inning number 1. They go with Quaddy, Dirks, and Severine, the 7, 8, and 9 hitters for Coach Dan Kredovics here in Game 2. With the win overall earlier, New Richmond now 17-4 on the season. And the Cards with the loss fell to 15-7 overall. But a conference game here. Called strike. You had an update earlier in the Hudson game, right? Hudson and Rice Lake.
Yeah, Hudson Rice Lake. Update that I got from actually Coach Spindler was there was 4-1. I don't know what he didn't know what inning it was, but he said it was 4-1.
Yeah.
Hudson was up.
So kind of a tight game.
Yes.
The 0-1 pitch from Smith is smacked to left field, and it's a long run, and it's going to be foul. And 1-1. So how many? I'm hearing New Richmond fans behind me. I mean, would you estimate, as you know the parents in the crowd? I mean, some Shahab parents made the trip today, right?
Yeah, there's actually quite a few
contingent.
Parents. Yep,
yeah.
Good contingent that travels for the games, and which is always nice to see.
Yeah, supporting the boys.
Yep.
But for those who can't make it, the WOGO live stream is there. There's the ground ball to short. Perlberg throws over to first and in time for the out. Good job by Cole, 6-3. As Quaddy is retired for out number 1. And it brings up Max Dirks.
Up for the Tigers, number 1, Max Dirks.
Max Dirks, the left fielder, had the nice catch in the last inning. Bottom of inning number 2. Still got a long way to go here in this one. Game 2 of the Twin Bill. And then wrapping up our regular season here. And this one hit to the outfield, and having a beat on it is the left fielder Hegman for out number 2. And it brings up Regan Severine as Dirks is retired. Severine, the center fielder, in Game 1 also hit at the bottom of the order, and he struck out all 3 trips. So how do you, Brady seems to have kind of settled in here a little bit. I mean, it's the bottom of the order and everything, but
yep, which helps kind of get you settled in too.
Yeah. Called strike to a looking Regan Severine. Check out the Metropolis Resort Smile Cam during many of our games. There's a ball high. It's constant smiles in front of Metropolis Resort in Eau Claire with Action City, Chaos Water Park, and on-site dining and coffee. Book your adventure today at metropolisresort.com. That's metropolisresort.com. All right, 1-1 to Severine. From Smith, he has this one hit right to the shortstop. Perlberg, line out to short, and that'll do it. The Tigers go 1, 2, 3 in the second. We head to the third on WOGO Sports. This is Cardinal Baseball.
Whether it's in education, business or athletics, being part of a team is something truly special. This is Jamie Leibrandt, Market President at Northwestern Bank. Team is here for you, for your family, your business, and your community. At Northwestern Bank, you'll find all the technology and services of big banks, but in a personal setting that shows that people are what we value most. Northwestern Bank, building stronger communities where people matter. Member FDIC.
Location. It's very important. But what happens when you can't get to the glass repair shop to fix your windshield? Call White City Glass. They'll come to you. It doesn't matter if you're in Abbotsford, Arcadia, Rice Lake, or Hudson, or any place in between. They've installed thousands of windshields in thousands of places for 50 years. They know what they're doing. It's your car. It's your choice. Tell your insurance company you insist on White City Glass.
White City Glass.
How about a little rally for the Cards here, huh? Mark Halverson, Chad Frederick on the call from New Richmond today, along with Sam Aberley, our video producer, and Maddie Aberley's back at our WOGO studio, manning the controls. Thanks so much, our radio producer today. Jared Erickson, Lucas Logslet, and Brecken Boyvier. This is a good time for a rally, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters, Chad.
Yep, good time to get something started here for Jared. He's on base percentage 475, so this would be a good time to get on and see what we can make happen.
They were just playing Cotton Eye Joe between innings. That seemed to be kind of a fire-up song, so hopefully we can use it in our favor here. So
yeah.
All right, hitting from the left side, and Erickson looks at a ball. And the lone RBI for the Cards in the first game today. We've been telling you today, for a limited time, Royal Credit Union offering $250 for new checking accounts, so you can get the perks you need, plus an extra bonus for making the switch. And there's a strike, 1-1. Opening an account checking account there is easy. Visit any Royal Credit Union office or go to rcu.org. No minimum balance required to obtain bonus. Offer ends 5/31/25, insured by NCUA. 2-1 now to Jared Erickson, the Cardinal center fielder. Hit into a fielder's choice his first time, but did move the runner to second. No, actually, he got on, and the runner was eliminated at second. That's what happened.
Yep.
And so the 3-1 is the count to Jared Erickson, the Cardinal center fielder, patrolling a lot of territory in a park with a 418-foot to dead center field here at Citizens Field in New Richmond. The 3-1 pitch to Erickson from Nick Stelrecht. Here it is. Take your base, and so Jared's aboard. Here to start the third.
Leadoff walk.
Yes. Not only a walk, but a leadoff walk. Even better, right?
Yep.
You got all those outs to work with, and you got your number 3 hitter, Lucas Logslet, coming up. So this bodes well. Let's take advantage, guys.
Lucas had a hit, I think, his last time up.
He did, a single. And hitting a walk in the first game. And there's a ball. Misses 1-0. Lights on here now at Citizen Field in New Richmond. All right. What do we got for a time?
7:08.
Okay. Two 2-0 here on WOGO, Halley, Eau Claire, Chippewa Falls. And Logslet ahead in the count. Runner at first, nobody out for the Cardinals. Stelrecht looks him back a little bit. 2-0 pitch. Low 3-0. So Stelrecht, some control issues. Again, he's walked a couple of guys here today. He walked Smith to start the game, and he walked Erickson here, and he walked actually. He's had a leadoff walk each inning.
Yeah, that's not where you want to be when you're on the mound.
No. 3-0 now, too, and he's falling far behind. But there's a called strike to Logslet looking. So 3-1 now with Boyvier, the cleanup hitter, on deck for the Cards. Nobody out, lights on here in New Richmond. Cardinals scored 1 run all day through their first 9 innings. And there's a bunt attempt with 1 strike, and it's bunted foul by Jared. And the count goes 3-2. So the count is full to Logslet, the Cardinals' second baseman. With 1 on and nobody out here. top half of the third inning. Cards were the home team in the first game because it was a game supposed to be played in Chippewa, but rained out on Tuesday, rescheduled to today. And this one smashed, base hit to left field, and runners at first and second and nobody out for the Cards, and a good piece of hitting by Erickson there.
Yeah, nice job by Lucas to find a hole. And
Lucas, I'm sorry, yeah, thanks.
Number 9.
And
so first and second now.
Looks like we got time on the field here.
Yeah, and we got the runner from second coming in, Erickson, to be in on the huddle as well. Runners at first and second and nobody out for the Cards. Time to tell you that Livia Weight Control Center in Eau Claire is the trusted leader in weight loss with doctor-recommended personalized weight loss and nutrition plans. Our own Caleb Swenson lost 55 pounds in less than 3 months and has kept it off for well over a year. Livia also has the best pricing on GLP-1 weight loss medications. Mention WOGO Sports to save 50% on your personalized weight loss and nutrition plan. Livia Weight Control Center in Eau Claire. All right. A little chillier here. And Brecken flew out to center his first time. And Brecken in game 1 struck out twice and grounded out to third. So first and second here. Called strike 1, dramatically called by our home plate umpire here, top half of inning number 3. Boivier from the left side against the right-handed throwing Stelrecht. And again, we don't have a pitch count on the board, but he's got a good number of pitches for this only being the top of the third, and there's nobody out. There's a bunt attempt by Boivier for strike 1.
He's
strike 2.
I'm going to guess Stelrecht has thrown at least 50 pitches already, if not 60.
Wow. If it's Price is Right, I'm going to guess 50 because you never want to go over in Price is Right.
True.
But we could create kind of a sports game show here, like Pitch is Right, we'd have to call it.
Pitch is Right.
Yeah. And this one is grounded to second, and they're going to try to get the force out at second. They do for out number 1, but it'll be runners at the corners for the Cards as Boivier hits into the he's aboard at first. Erickson safely makes it to third. Logslet out for out number 1, and it brings up Cole Perlberg. And Cole struck out his first time, but was able to reach base.
He was.
That it's an 0 for on the, but your on base percentage, I guess, right? You got on base.
Yeah, actually,
I don't know.
It'll end up going down as an error, so it doesn't actually count. Doesn't help your on base percentage, but
strike 0-1 to Perlberg.
But as a player and a team guy, you're going to want to you take any time you can get on base.
Absolutely.
Help your team out.
Runners at the corners, 1 out here as Stelrecht settles in against Perlberg. Right-handed hitting. Shortstop, he'll smash one. Base hit to left field. That scores a run, and the Cardinals lead this game 1-0.
Nice piece of hitting by Cole there.
There it is. So they're much more comfortable against Stelrecht than and successful. And they've matched it's the number of runs, I guess, but they just it feels a greater level. They're hitting the ball better.
Yes, and I think the advantage goes to the hitter when a pitcher is wild because now you can just kind of you're just looking for one pitch in a spot to be able to hit.
Yeah. So runners at first and second, still only 1 out. The RBI for Perlberg brings up Hagman, and strike 1 to Braden, who grounded out to third his first time. Earlier he struck out twice and lined out to left. Stelrecht, the pitch is piling up here. Top of the third, 1-0 Cardinals. And there's a solid hit, and it's got over to third, and the throw to second for the out. Get the force out there. But runner advances, the lead runner advances to third in Boivier. Perlberg
Gavin Thompson
out, and Hagman, and the fielder's choice 5-4. So 2 are out with Gavin Thompson now, and runners at the corners in a 1-0 game for Chippewa, the third.
Yeah, good spot for Gavin up here. See if we can drive in a run.
Thompson roaring behind us, and there's a ball high, 1-0. Thanks so much to all of our advertisers, including Quality Propane. Propane keeps the lights on and your appliances and furnace running even during power outages, residential, commercial, or industrial. Choose Quality Propane and Fuels when you need propane for your home or business. The pitch, ball low. 2-0 to looking Gavin Thompson. Quality Propane and Fuels, committed to their customers and community. QualityPropaneandFuels.com. QualityPropaneandFuels.com. 2-0 to Thompson. Jackson Martin on deck. 2 down, runners at the corners. Stelreck delivers. Ball 3-0. He started the inning getting behind 3-0 to Jared Erickson and eventually walking him, and he's behind 3-0 here.
Yeah, he's really struggling on the mound today.
They're going to need to go to the bullpen eventually, one would think, and even be forced to because of pitch count.
Yep.
He's been their Thursday pitcher throughout the season. They've relied on Eckert as the initial guy. Tough act to follow. And a called strike to Gavin Thompson. Looking at that one, Gavin walked his first time to lead off the second inning, the last inning. Leadoff walks each inning by Stelrecht in this one. Cards would love to add another one. They've matched their run total from game 1 now with the runners at the corners and 2 out. The pitch, ball high, take your base. Bases are loaded for Jackson Martin. Second walk of the inning of the day for Gavin Thompson, and the second in as many innings for Gavin. So the bases are loaded. You got Thompson at first, Hagman at second, and you got Boyvier at third for Jackson Martin starting at third this game. One nothing Cardinal lead here, top of the third. The pitch, called strike. And one of the better pitches of the day for Stelrecht, I thought, right there.
Yep, that was a good.
That was good.
Good location.
It broke down. It was just, and Martin looked at it, and he's behind 0-1, and he needed it with the bases loaded. And 2 outs for the Cardinals, and time is called.
Yeah, he really hasn't, just because his control hasn't been great, he hasn't been able to throw, you know, a lot of curveball, and it's pretty much just throwing fastballs.
So 0-1, the pitch. This one, a little pop-up in the infield, and it's going to be caught at third by Terrace. So the Cards score 1, strand 3 in the middle of 3 from New Richmond. It's Chahai 1, New Richmond nothing on WOGO Sports. This is Cardinal Baseball.
Hey, it's Caleb for Livia Weight Control Center in Eau Claire. The team at Livia personalized a weight loss and nutrition program just for me, and I lost 55 pounds in less than 3 months, and I've kept it off for well over a year. Livia also has the best pricing on GLP-1 medications, and they offer Lipo B12 and NAD Plus as well. Right now, you can save 50% on Livia's award-winning nutrition program. Lose 20 pounds or more by summer. Visit Livia.com, call 855-GO-LIVIA, or stop in to Livia Weight Control Center in Eau Claire.
Propane is energy efficient and affordable, and Quality Propane and Fuels has been the trusted propane supplier to northern Wisconsin since 1996. Propane keeps the lights on and your appliances and furnace running even during power outages. Trust the team at Quality Propane and Fuels, committed to their customers and always looking to improve safety and efficiency, helping you cut energy costs. Payment programs available for any situation, residential, commercial, or industrial. Choose Quality Propane and Fuels. Call, stop by, or visit qualitypropaneandfuels.com.
To the bottom of 3 we go. Chahai back on defense, back in the field. With a 1-0 lead now for Brady Smith and the Cardinals. And checking the order, it'll be the top of the order. Kredovics, Regan Driscoll, and Gavin Terrace, the 1, 2, and 3 hitters against Brady Smith and the Cards. And I am looking for my Chahai defensive. So Brady Smith, the junior right-hander for Chippewa. Got out of a huge jam, bases loaded in that first inning, and able to keep the shutout intact. And now to the bottom. Second time through here for the Tigers as they come with Kredovics, who singled and reached third back in the first. Called strike. So 0-1 to Kredovics. And righty versus lefty here. Kredovics a lefty at the top of the order. And this one, pop up. And it's going to go out of play on the third base side, and the count goes to 0-2. I'll tell you what, your shopping adventure awaits at Bargain City Superstore. That's what. New items every day are added with amazing deals on furniture, appliances, home goods, clothing, and so much more. Name brands at a fraction of retail price. Of course, in Chippewa Falls at Micon Cinemas, next to Micon Cinemas. It's a ball low. But now in Rice Lake and Eau Claire as well, Bargain City Superstore. So 1-2 is the count to Kredovics, the leadoff hitter against Cardinal righty Brady Smith. The 1-2 pitch. And this one hit pretty solidly right to the shortstop, Perlberg, for out number 1. And now Reagan Driscoll, who hit a bunt sacrifice to move Kredovics back in the first inning. With Gavin Terrace on deck. Driscoll earlier today as well hit a single and a walk in 4 trips. Looks at the ball low, 1-0. Only the bottom half of the 3rd inning, so still time. You think about playing a softball, of all the high school events they've got, like how long athletic, and to play a doubleheader typically like 4 to 5 hours. It's a good long high school athletic event. There's a ground ball, third base line, fielded by Jackson Martin. Throw over to first is going to be in time to Voivir for out number 2. Keeps them out of trouble.
It does. It does.
And they're not playing video games.
Yes.
You know, I'm saying video games are fun. It just is. It's good to have a life beyond it, right?
It is for sure. It is for sure. I think kids get a little too caught up sometimes into that. Playing on their phones. Or
and I would be, I'd spend too much time on my phone too. I'm like, set your phone down and read a bookmark. That would be good advice to myself. So, all right. So Brady Smith with 2 out now, and he's moving right along here. I tell you that he's gotten the last 7 hitters in a row. And there's a ball missing, 1-0, and that's what we've seen out of Brady, though. He is at that consistency, and you look for that. You want it in a car, and you want it in so many things in life. Is reliability.
Yes, and he does bring that every time he's on the mound.
And this one fouled off, and of course, as Jason Bob has joined us before, Jason, former coach and pitcher himself, and talking about he loves talking pitching, and Brady loves talking pitching with him. So, it just really sounds like he studies the craft.
He does. Brady is all in on baseball, which is awesome. I love it that he looks stuff up, and he just wants to be better every day.
That's cool. And this one popped out of play. And you want that all the time. And the basketball, it's always like, who's the gym rat? Who's the guy that just loves the game, right?
Yep.
I know what that looks like in football, because I never hear the term, like they don't say gym rat for football, but certainly I guess loving the game, They talk about the guys the Packers are drafting are the guys who really love the game. There's an off-speed pitch that misses, and the count 2-2 now to looking Gavin Terrace. Terrace, the third baseman for New Richmond. 8-1 winners earlier today here on WOGO, and now trailing 1-0 in the bottom of the 3rd in Game 2 here on their home field. And this one, a little nubber on the infield, and it's just a little nubbing pop-up, if you will. Is called. A lot of spin on that ball caught by Brady Smith. So he's retired 8 in a row. The pop-up to the pitcher. We come back with the top of the 4th in a minute on WOGO Sports. This is Cardinal Baseball.
At Chippewa Valley Financial Services, they know that taxes and bookkeeping are a necessary part of life and business, but often the last thing you'd like to be working on. With offices in Chippewa Falls and Eau Claire and a full staff of accountants, bookkeepers, and tax preparers, Chippewa Valley Financial Services stands ready to help businesses and individuals, taking away the burden and freeing up your time for what matters most. For taxes, accounting, and bookkeeping, there's only one name you need to know: Chippewa Valley Financial Services.
Want to reach more local customers? Advertise on WOGO Sports.
Cardinals trailing 5-4. The pitch from Elstad.
And this one, base hit to center. The Cardinals running to third, around third, and digging for home. Here comes the play at the plate, sliding center.
Wow.
Cardinals win. Cardinals win. Allie Geist delivers the huge hit.
Advertise in WOGO's broadcasts of local high school sports. Call us anytime or click on advertising at WOGO.com.
That was an exciting game. It feels like it was a long time ago. It was Saturday. It was just Saturday, less than a week ago. But anyhow, we've relived it on social media and here, and why not? It was a lot of fun, right? So, all right, to the top of the fourth we go, and for the Cardinals, it's the 9, 1, and 2 hitters, Atkinson, Brady Smith, and Jared Erickson.
Landon had a good at-bat to his last at-bat. Hit a hard shot to left. Left fielder made a really nice catch on.
Yeah, he did. And he had hit his last at-bat in the first game.
Number 2, Landon Atkinson.
I think people are tempted to put an N in his name, but there's not one. So I just want to say, as a guy who pronounces words for a living, there's a call. Hold on, what's the deal here? What was the call on that?
They said it hit him.
Okay.
Landon did not act like it hit him, and so we'll take it.
Yeah, I thought it was an inside pitch, but okay. Yeah, we'll take it.
Yep.
I was a little confused, and so a pinch runner coming in for him. And
Back to the top here. Number 5.
Look like number 9. Is it? No, not number 9. It's Brecken Boivier. Try to figure the number out on the pinch runner here for the Cardinals in a moment. As Brady Smith is the hitter.
I think it's 13.
Okay. And we check our handy dandy around. Chase Frederick, your son. All
Yep.
right, would you know? All right. The junior pinch running here. And after a called strike, I thought we had a second pitch there to Brady Smith. So Brady stepping back. On the scoreboard, at least, it says 0-1 to Brady. As Stelreck looks the runner, Frederick back. The pitch, ball. 1-1. So 1-1 is the count to the leadoff hitter Brady Smith. Cards trying to build on a 1-0 lead here on WOGO. Lost the first one 8-1. Dropped to 6-5 in the conference. There's ball low. 2-1 to Smith. Brady has walked and grounded out to third in his 2 trips in this game. And earlier had a hit in 3 trips against Eckert. 2-1 count now. Stelrecht. Righty versus righty, the pitch. And a bunt attempt foul. Seems like our guys we're having some challenges bunting against Stelrecht.
We are. It gets a little harder when guys throw hard.
Yeah.
And actually, because Stelrecht is not a conventional strike filler, it makes it bunting a little bit harder too, because you don't really know where that ball's going to be going.
Right. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Brady Smith, 1 on, and the Cards have had the leadoff runner aboard every inning. And that ball gets away, and a wild pitch allows Frederick to advance to second. So the runner in scoring position with nobody out, and the count is full to Brady Smith. With Jared Erickson on deck, Coach Mitch Steinmetz came into this thinking, all right, listen, we're facing a really tough pitcher, Eckert. Sweep would be great, but if we get a split, that'd be nice too. Keeps us in the conference race. So hoping to tag one on New Richmond here. And this is a solid shot, base hit for Brady Smith to right field. And the runner's at the corners now for the Cardinals.
Nice hit by Brady.
And nobody out. So again, they had walk, walk, walk each of the first 3 innings. And then Atkinson was hit by a pitch to start this inning. And so now runners at the corners with Frederick at third and Smith at first after the single to start the 4th. And Jared Erickson now, and he had the walk and the run scored earlier. Scored the only run of the game. Erickson had the only RBI for the Cards in game 1. Looks at a strike. All right, huge opportunity here. First and third, nobody out. Need to capitalize. At least 1, hopefully more. We're in agreement on that, right? Runners at the corners.
Come on, Jared.
Erickson The pitch. Looks at the ball low, and the runner steals, and he'll make it standing up. Brady Smith. So runners at second and third, removes the force out at second. And Erickson behind in the count, 0-2 now, hitting from the left side. Good opportunities, great opportunities.
Yep, just put the ball in play here.
Yep. Erickson, off-speed pitch in the dirt, gets away from the catcher, runner moving in toward the score, and the slide safe, and Frederick's in, and the Cards lead 2-0. So Chippewa goes up 2-0 now as Smith also advances to third. And again, in high school baseball, I mean, it can happen much more than on the major league level in terms of the pass balls and such. And so every base you advance is huge, right?
It is. It is. You know, the kids have their little thing in the dugout anytime anybody walks or gets hit by a pitch or a wild pitch happens, and they just yell out free base.
Yeah.
Free, free, free.
Right. And so Erickson looking at a 2-1 count. And Stelrecht now sees that third run at third, and there's a solid shot foul down the third baseline. But good contact by Erickson.
Yep, just a little late. A little late on it, but
I saw the other day that one of the best baseball players of my youth, a little older than you, George Brett, had a birthday, 70-something, but swing and a miss. So Erickson goes down on strikes. And that is just the second strikeout of the day for the Cardinals as it brings up Logslett. Anyhow, Brett was great at going to left field. I mean, as a lefty who could...
Yep.
I mean, he had one season where he hit over 390, so he was obviously just one of the better hitters of all time.
He was a great player.
Yeah. And this one is going to be smashed to left field, and it's into the corner for the Cardinals, and a good hit by Logslett, and the Cardinals lead it 3-0. So Lucas keeping that hot hitting going. He's 3 for 3 today in this game.
Yep, he's looking really good.
He really is rightly placed in the order in that 3 spot. And now they're coming out to talk to Stelrecht as yet another RBI for the Cardinals. As Brady Smith scoring as well. So it's been a good inning for Chippewa Falls here. And a good chance for me to tell you that for a limited time, Royal Credit Union is offering $250 for new checking accounts so you can get the perks you need plus an extra bonus for making the switch. If somebody offered you $250, would you turn it down? You'd say yes. RCU is. All you got to do is open a checking account there. Visit any Royal Credit Union office or go to rcu.org. No minimum balance required to obtain bonus. Offer ends 5/31/25. Today is 5/22. So do the math. Insured by NCUA. So still got time, but not as much as you used to. And check out the Metropolis Resort Smile Cam, and during many of our games, it's constant smiles and fun at Metropolis Resort in Eau Claire with Action City, Chaos Water Park, and on-site dining and coffee. Book your adventure at metropolisresort.com. All right, Boisvert, yet another left-handed stick in the Cardinal lineup, ball high. Yeah, you know, it's just hard when you face an elite pitcher like Stelrecht, and you're like, hey, we can score runs, right?
Yep. Yep, and you know it builds confidence for when they get a couple of hits early in a game.
And that's what makes, and this is going to be grounded foul, that's what makes the baseball postseason very interesting, because when you have a Tuesday and a Thursday, right? I mean, you can go with your ace on one of those games, but then the chess match is, do you go with him in the first one? Because if you don't win that game, you don't get to play.
Yep.
So I think you kind of got to go with him in the first one, don't you?
I would always do it because I don't want to get knocked out of a tournament not throwing my best guy.
That's the thing. And there's a ball. It's a wild pitch, and it's going to allow the runner to advance. And it got away from Stelrecht again. We don't have a pitching count, but, yeah, he's got to be around 80, I'm thinking, at this point.
Yeah, I would think so.
And it's only the 4th inning.
Yeah, he's really struggling.
Laboring is yeah.
Yeah, so you know, you talk about like this game is an important game too, just in terms of seeding. You know, obviously we're probably out of the running now for conference title or even sharing a conference title. But New Richmond's in our regional sectional, so you want
We read the teams earlier, and it's a good bunch right there. Ball popped up and out of play on the third base side, and the count 2-2 to Brecken Boisvert, who had the fly out to center and hit into Fields' choice, 4-6, but did get on base and make it all the way to third. So 1 run last inning, 2 more this inning, so the Cardinals, and there's a grounder fouled just past first.
I see a lot of Stelrek looking at the dugout. I don't know if he's not feeling good or like if he wants coach to take him out of the game. Like he just keeps looking over there.
Yeah. Only the fourth, so there's still a lot of time, and you got to respect the New Richmond bats. We know that, right?
Yes. Yep.
They've got some sticks, and they've showed us that today. Although the Cardinal, again, and this one golfed up in the air, and a unique hit by Boisvert, throw from second over to first in time by Quaddy, but the runner advances to third with 2 outs.
I think he actually hit that off of the ground.
Wow,
that was a tough.
That was crazy. And so Logsled is still just 90 feet away as Cole Perlberg comes up, and Cole had a huge RBI single, his first trip to knock in the first Cardinal run.
He did. It's good to see Cole kind of get going here too. You know, I think he was kind of expected to be kind of one of the big bats for us this year.
Yeah. There's a called strike in the 5 spot following Boisvert. And what were the latest numbers you had on him coming in?
Yeah, Cole coming in today was 273.
Yeah.
But his on-base percentage was 545.
Yeah.
So.
And there's an off-speed pitch,
Nice.
smashed, base hit to left field, and the Cardinals go up 4-0.
Nice hit again by Cole. Big RBI.
Number 10, Brecken Hickman.
And so, back-to-back innings with RBI singles for Cole Perlberg. And that scores Logslett, who had the nice hit as well. And 4-zip for Chippewa as Hagman comes up. Braden, the left fielder, grounded out and hit into a fielder's choice. So again, the Cards making a lot of good contact on Nick Stelrecht, and it gives you an appreciation for Eckert and the job he did earlier, because he just kind of just kind of dominated with the 9 strikeouts.
He did. And
there's a ball high.
So we got Hagman is hitting 176, but on base percentage of 408. So again, another guy who's getting on base often, even if the average doesn't to show it.
2-0 count now to Hagman, hitting from the right side against the righty Stelrecht. And this one in the air and out of play on the third base side. 2-1. Northwestern Bank, building stronger communities where people matter. Northwestern Bank, proud to support local athletics. And for taxes, accounting, and bookkeeping, there's only one name you need to know: Chippewa Valley Financial Services. Whether it's for you or your business, Chippewa Valley Financial Services is always here to help. Ooh, that one missed. That was a pretty good-looking pitch, but
yeah, it looked good.
3-1 now to Hagman. But it's been fun having runners on base here this inning. It's not the case a lot of times in Game 1, I'll tell you. All right, 4-0 lead is also fun for the Cards, top of the fourth, and this one smashed to left center field, base hit for Hagman. Hagman aboard, and it gets by the left fielder a little bit, so runners will hold first and second. The Cardinals, everybody a hitter is the chant here, Chad.
Yep, that's another nice piece of hitting by Hags there. Jumped on a fastball.
And that may be it now, as that's going to be it, actually, for Stelrecht. And they'll go to the bullpen, and we'll take a break. We're back in a minute. WOGO Sports, the Cardinals lead at 4-0 in the top half of the fourth inning here on Cardinal Baseball from New Richmond.
Competition drives us to be our best. That's why sports are such a valuable experience for all of our young athletes. At Toyson Ford, we know the importance of good competition. It's easier than ever to shop for a new car or truck, and that's pushed all of us at Toyson Ford to be better at what we do in creating a great experience for our customers. It's the reason that we have the slogan, "You'll find a friend." So before you head to the next high school game, stop into our all-new dealership in Chippewa Falls and see why you'll find a friend at Toyson Ford.
Only the best. That's what you get from Stelter Incorporated and the concrete they provide. For 3 generations, Stelter Incorporated has been helping turn people's dreams into reality with the highest quality ready-mix concrete tested every day. Stelter mines and processes the aggregates themselves, and their fleet of dump trucks and drivers are here to serve you. Expect the best. That's what you'll get from Stelter. Stelter Incorporated, online at stelterincorporated.com.
All right, a new pitcher. It's Levi Olson, who is taking the mound here in this contest. So we can tell you about Levi. He's a right-hander, and he is a senior. So one of those 11 seniors is Levi Olson. But 4-0, and so 3 2/3 for Stelrecht. He gives up 4 runs, and a couple of Cardinals on base here when action resumes in a moment. Four to nothing, and as he had his pitches, I think he's about ready to go. Turn your dreams into reality with Stelter Incorporated, the highest quality and longest lasting concrete for 3 generations. Stelter Incorporated is always proud to support local sports. StelterIncorporated.com. Visit StelterIncorporated.com. You always get a good selection of music at the ballpark. Heard the Neil Darman, Sweet Caroline earlier, so I'm good. But, you know, nobody plays Ring of Fire like we do in Chippewa, you know?
True.
Johnny Cash, and that's a must. Remember back when Becky Davis would bring her sound system and play for the games? And so it didn't matter, baseball, softball, but she... All right, so Gavin Thompson, first one to look at Levi Olson, and a called strike 1 from Levi. So again, a lot of hitters the last couple of innings for Chippewa after losing 8-1 the first game. But again, I don't know what's safe here. There's a ball in the dirt, and it gets away and allows both runners to advance, getting away from Bennett Scribner there. And both Perlberg advances to third and Hagman to second with the count at 1-1 for Gavin Thompson. 4-0. And again, each of these runs huge, giving Brady Smith that insurance as he's pitching a fine game so far, but only the top of the 4th. And there is a called ball 2 to Gavin, who has walked both times. He walked against Stelrecht, but now it's Levi Olson on the mound. One of the 11 New Richmond seniors. 2-1, 2 out. It's been a very long top of the 4th inning. There's a fastball called strike 2 to a looking Gavin Thompson. On-base percentage perfect in this game. Earlier, Gavin also had a couple of strikeouts and grounded out to the pitcher. So faring better here than he did against Eckert, but join the club. And this one smacked pretty good to center field, but right at the center fielder, and Regan Severine measures it. But not before the Cards score 3 more in the middle of 4 from New Richmond. It's Chi-High 4, New Richmond nothing on WOGO Sports. This is Cardinal Baseball.
The YMCA of the Chippewa Valley, now with 5 membership branches in Chippewa Falls, Eau Claire, and Menominee, a tennis center, a sports center, 2 early learning communities, and Camp Manitou. Join our community and discover your why. The YMCA of the Chippewa Valley. Visit ymca-cv.org or stop in for a tour at any of our convenient locations today. That's ymca-cv.org. See you at the Y.
There are many reasons to open a smart checking account at Royal Credit Union, including no monthly fees, no minimum balance, and a $250 bonus. Getting your $250 is easy. Open your account by May 31st, receive 2 payroll direct deposits of $200 or more, and you'll get a $250 bonus. See details and open your account today at rcu.org/checking bonus. No minimum balance required to obtain bonus. Offer ends 5/31/25. Insured by NCUA.
To the bottom of the 4th we go. Aiden Eckert, Bennett Scribner, and is that Alex? 4, 5, 6. Is that Alex Solberg? Okay, yeah. If you can't read your own writing, it's because you had some crossouts there. Okay, so anyhow, it's the bottom of the 4th, and the Cards in good shape right here, but again, please respect New Richmond, what their hitting prowess, right?
Yep. Yeah, they can. They clearly can show that they can string a couple together and get right back in it. So.
But remember, Brady has retired 8 in a row, so that's very encouraging.
Yeah, he settled in after that first inning, got out of the bases loaded jam, and.
Yeah, that's been it. You see that so often in baseball to the highest levels. That first inning, right, trying to touch the guy that day. There's a ball, misses 1-0. Eckert singled his first time. So, again, that's where they had single, sacrifice, single, single, and still didn't score in the first inning. Brady got out of that one.
He did.
1-0 to Eckert here. Ball misses 2-0. The crowd all of a sudden has decided for New Richmond to get into it a little bit more.
Yeah, they're getting a little louder.
Yeah.
Game's getting a little later.
Yeah, that's true. 2-0. Brady looking at the signs from Atkinson, the catcher, who's caught all day for the Cardinals, and Coach Mitch Steinmetz. Off-speed pitch misses, and it's 3-0. So Stelrecht's the one who did a lot of 3-0. This is the first time we've seen this out of Brady today.
Yeah, it doesn't happen often with Brady. He's usually pretty dialed in and around the zone. So
3 balls and no strikes to the leadoff hitter, Eckert. Maybe being careful with the cleanup hitter. And he looks at a strike, so 3-1. On the high school level, it's a rare hitter that gets a green light on a 3-0, right?
Correct, yes. Yeah. Especially like in their situation because they're losing.
Yeah.
You know, they're going to want to try to get that.
3-1 is low, take your base, so Eckert's aboard with a walk to start the 4th inning. Leadoff batter aboard brings up Bennett Scribner, the catcher who struck out his last time, and earlier today, Scribner had a fly out, a strikeout, and an RBI single, and a ground out to second. Scribner righty versus righty against Cardinal junior right-hander Brady Smith. The pitch called strike. Not a good time to get the hiccups. 0-1 to Scribner with sophomore DH Alex Solberg on deck. The 0-1 pitch from Smith. Here it is. Called strike. 0-2 now to Scribner. The runner at first and nobody out. 4-0 Cardinal lead at 1 in the 3rd and 3 in the 4th. And even knocked Stelrecht out of the game in favor of Levi Olson, a senior out of the New Richmond bullpen. The 0-2 pitch to Scribner. Here it is. Runner goes. Ground ball, third base, and foul. You know, again, just talking about what makes, I think, baseball, and particularly baseball, even in softball, I mean, you can pitch the same pitcher. There's no pitch count or anything like that. Because of the pitch count, though, I mean, it really requires, and I think at Eau Claire North, I mean, a team from this area that's had state champion success at state a couple of times in the 21st century, you know, is that to have multiple pitchers, right? I mean, nothing's more important than that.
Yeah, because, you know, like you talk
pitch,
about.
Toss over to first runner back.
You know, you have one ace, that's great, but, you know, to make a playoff run, you're going to have to win a couple of games during the week, so, or to win a state championship, you know, so you're going to need a couple guys that you can count on.
And you get to state, and I don't know, in the past, I think it was, is it still 8 teams, you know, in Division I, or it might be 4? I don't know, but
I think it's still 8.
Okay, so there you go. I mean, 3 games, and this is going to be over to second, and the toss from Logslet to short. Perlberg over to first, in time for the double play. So the Cards turn the 4-6-3 double play, and it shows that everything's going right in Cardinal land right now.
A nice play. Good turn by Cole. Logs.
And so Alex Solberg now the DA center his first time. And Solberg hitting from the right side. And foul off 0-1. Alex, earlier today in Game 1, the 8-1 victory, found his groove and actually had 3 hits. So 3 for 4 with an RBI.
Yeah, he looks good at the plate.
Yeah, just a sophomore against the junior Brady Smith. The 0-1 pitch. High out of play, 0-2. So again, Eckert had the leadoff walk, but then Scribner grounds it to second. And the Cards get Logslet to Perlberg to Boivier for the 4-6-3 double play. And just like that, you wipe the bases and clean. And from nobody out, runner on to, I'm sorry, from 1 on and no outs to nobody on and 2 outs. Big difference.
Yes.
Off-speed pitch, and it hit the batter. So hitting his left hand. And so even though he was ahead, the hitter was Solberg was behind in the count 0-2, but it hits his hand. And so he's aboard with 2 outs, and it brings up Luke Quaddy, the second baseman, who grounded out to short his first time. Bottom half of the fourth, 2 out here for New Richmond. Lights on here at Citizens Field in this city in the western part of the state. Ball in the dirt, good block by Atkinson. Talk about catchers and the crouch, but they also say in terms of, I don't know that any position player makes a better manager than a catcher, right?
Right.
Yeah. So many of them have done it.
They see the game differently.
Yep. 1-0 to Quaddy. Ooh, and he gets hit. Back-to-back batters hit by a pitch. That's not a good sign from Brady.
No, that's a rare. I don't know if I've ever seen him hit 2 guys in a row.
Yeah. So he was ahead 0-2 to the last batter, and then hit him on the hand, which is his hand was holding the bat, so that was kind of a freakish one. And then this one, he actually hit the body of Quaddy. And I didn't just say that to rhyme. And so it does bring up now Max Dirks. And it'd be a good time to get out of the inning here if you can. Thankfully, there are 2 outs. And you can maybe say, it's just, I don't know what you want to say about it, but like you say, you haven't seen it with Brady. Off-speed pitch is hit pretty well to left field and foul. Okay.
Yep.
I have to say, from having been in press boxes much of the year, it's really tough to even know where's the ball going today from where we are.
It's and the sun. This is
right.
differently oriented field compared to others where the sun is actually,
Yeah. And you got twilight right now. You got shadows here. Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
Ouch.
He got hit in the helmet. It hit him in the helmet, and the umpire is going out to check on Max Dirks, and that's 3 straight batters that have been hit. And the Cards may need to turn, I don't know. I mean,
have to get loose in the bullpen here.
So it's odd because that was an 0-2 count again. It's 2 of these 3 batters that have been hit. It was 0-2. So
very
it's just
uncharacteristic.
It's just kind of random, and now the umpire is.
They got the trainer is out looking at make sure he doesn't have a concussion or anything.
So what do you think the ump was saying? Warning him or?
No, my guess is probably just telling him settle down, relax.
Yeah. And Griffin Spindler is out there talking to Brady right now.
Got a pinch hitter coming up too.
Yeah.
For the Tigers, number 22, Matthew Fawkes.
Matthew Fawkes, the junior, in for Regan Severine.
He's another big boy. He's a big
he
kid.
is a big guy.
He's
probably plays football. Or at least he's a big guy. I don't know.
I would hope so.
Yeah. All right, so Severine lined out to short his last time, but it brings up a lefty. And at this point, maybe they're like, we've had 3 right-handed batters who've been hit. So
change it up a little bit.
Yeah. All right, so a 4-0 Cardinal lead. Game 2 in the bottom of the 4th. It looked like we were sailing along for a 1-2-3 inning, but 1, 2, 3 batters have been hit. Now the bases are loaded, and the tying runs at the plate. The pitch is a called strike. So Brady Smith rearing back. And again, for the folks here in New Richmond, we again, you get some of the perks you get at home with the pitch count is just a nice addition. We're kind of spoiled. Thank you, Casper Park, for spoiling us. There's a ball, misses 1-1, but don't have that here, so I don't know where Brady's at. But I know his pitch count's higher because he's put 3 batters on here this inning, and a couple of them he was 1 strike away from getting out of the inning. Boy, that double play looks really big now, doesn't it?
Yeah, that was huge.
Yeah, it's 4-0 here, but the tying run at the plate and the count. Called strike. And 1-2 now to Matt Fowkes, the junior pinch hitter, hitting from the left side against Cardinal junior Brady Smith. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out, bases loaded. Cardinals lead it 4-0. Smith got out of a bases loaded jam earlier. See if he can do it again. Ooh, he just missed. 2-2.
It's a good pitch, good spot.
That was a good spot, yeah. Fowkes hitting in place of Severine at the bottom of the order. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded, 4-0 Cardinal lead. Smith is ready. He deals to Fowkes, the pitch. Off-speed pitch, missed, it's 3-2. There's no place to put him if you want to keep the shutout. Don't know what Fowkes brings as a hitter. But pinch hitting for Severine, who struggled, who struck out 3 times, I think, earlier. Or retired 3 times. Yeah, struck out 3 times. But
runners will be moving on this one.
They will. Amidst the shadows here at New Richmond. They get ready to go. The pitch from Smith. Strike 3, struck him out. Brady Smith strikes him out. He leaves the bases stranded yet again. Cardinals lead it 4-0 now as we head to the top of the 5th on WOGO Sports. This is Cardinal Baseball.
Is your shopping a bit boring?
Paper or plastic?
Then come to Bargain City Superstore in Chippewa Falls, Rice Lake, and Eau Claire. Bargain City's ever-changing inventory means you never know just what you'll find or how big your savings could be. Name brand apparel, home goods, furniture, even new scratch and dent appliances with warranty. Bargain City Superstore in Chippewa Falls, Rice Lake, and Eau Claire. Your shopping adventure awaits.
Stuck on ideas for summer fun? Looking for a place that keeps the whole family entertained? We've got the solution. Metropolis Resort in Eau Claire. Dive into Chaos Water Park with water slides, a lazy river, and splash zones for the little ones. Plus, the fun never stops at Action City. Entertain everyone with go-karts, trampolines, mini golf, and more. See you all summer long at Metropolis Resort, where the fun never stops.
Metropolis Resort. MetropolisResort.com.
A crazy bottom half of the 4th where the Cards get a leadoff walk. And then a 4-6-3 double play. And then Brady Smith hits 1, 2, 3 batters, the 3rd in the helmet, and then strikes out on a 3-2 count, strikes out the pinch hitter Matt Fowkes. So we move to the top of the 5th, and for the Cardinals, it is, I want to say, is it, help me out here. Is it Jackson Martin?
Jackson Martin.
Jackson Martin,
yep.
Okay. So they batted 8 in the last inning where they scored 3 runs. And again, Levi Olson is the senior relief pitcher to start the top of the 5th. Jackson looks at a called strike 1. He has hit into a 4-3 fielder's choice and popped out to 3rd in his 2 trips.
It'll be a good time for Jackson to.
And this one, contact up the middle and by base hit.
Nice.
So a seeing eye single makes it by the shortstop Driscoll, and Martin is aboard to start the 5th for the Cards. They've had the leadoff runner every inning. The first 3, it was a walk, then it was a hit batsman, and now a single. Tell you what, they'll have great success the rest of the way here against Eau Claire Memorial next week, and in the post. If you could do that.
Yep, if you can get the leadoff guy on every inning, you got a good chance of scoring runs.
That is sweet. There's our recipe. There's their Toyson Ford keys to the game. Yeah. And a bunt attempt is going to be laid down, fielded by Levi Olson. He'll throw it over to first, and wildly throw it over to first. The runner is safe, and now the lead runner goes to 3rd, and the Cardinals run to the corner, said nobody out. So Martin to 3rd, and Atkinson, who was going to be out at first, but it was a throwing error, and that would be an E1 on the pitcher. And it brings up the leadoff hitter, Brady Smith, for Chippewa. Leading at 4-0 here in the top of 5. Smith has walked, grounded out to 3rd, and singled. Officially 1 for 2 this game against Levi Olson. Called strike, but it gets away from the catcher, and the runner at 3rd will stay, and the second runner advances. Now, instead of Atkinson, who do you have as a pinch runner?
Chase is courtesy.
Chase Frederick again? Okay. So we got second and third and nobody out for the Cardinals after that wild pitch from Levi Olson. And Brady Smith down 0-1 in the count. So it was a strike, but it got a wild pitch, pass ball, what have you. So Olson delivers, fouled off, 0-2. Your shopping adventure awaits at Bargain City Superstore. New items added every day with amazing deals on furniture, appliances, home goods, clothing, and so much more. Name brands at fraction of retail price. Bargain City Superstore next to Micon Cinema in Chippewa Falls and now in Rice Lake and Eau Claire. Ooh, he looked at ball 1-2.
The umpire kind of tapped himself there. I don't know if he thought maybe he should have called that one a strike.
Huh. Yeah, right.
That was a close one to take.
1-2 pitch in the dirt, and it bounces, and the runner coming from third is going to get in and score, and the Cards lead at 5-0. And so the count goes to 2-2 on Brady. And I'm going to 2-2 here. If you have a need for anything glass, a new mirror quality, shower doors, a new windshield, call the glass leaders. Call White City Glass. Brady Smith, 2-2 count. Runner scored from third, other runner advanced to third. Solid shot up the middle, base hit for Smith, and it's 6-0 Cardinals. Everything's coming up roses for Chippewa.
Yeah, it's kind of a flip of the first game when
It is.
kind of the rails fell off for us.
Yeah.
Putting the ball in play, hitting the ball hard.
And they are making that contact. And again, they say pitching is anywhere from 70 to 90% of the game, you know, so it's a big deal. It says a lot, you know. So, and there's one bunt attempt foul back into the net by Jared Erickson. Jared has walked and struck out and hit into a fielder's choice this game, so looking for a hit here. 6-0 Cardinals with the runner at first and nobody out in the top of the fifth. You know, in recent years I've heard the Brewers talk about the way they think of pitchers is it's a ball upstairs as out-getters. They are out-getters and they need to get 27 outs somehow, some way as a team. And New Richmond having trouble in that department right now.
Yeah.
Eckert was a fine out-getter. They're having Chai was challenged those last couple of innings, 6 and 7, getting outs. And called strike 1-2. But I like that term. It helps me it gets to the bottom of here's your job. Get an out. I don't care how you do it.
Yep.
Might be a strikeout. Might be, you know.
Fly ball, ground ball, it
right.
doesn't matter. Outs are outs.
Out-getters. There you go. That's the name for pitchers. And this one is going to be grounded just in front of the runner at the second base side and handled over there by Quaddy. But the lead runner advances Brady Smith to second as Erickson grounds out. And it brings up Logsled, who's swinging a hot bat. Again, he's had 3 for 3 today with an RBI in this game.
Yeah, he's looked, like I said, this last 3 weeks, he's been just swinging it so well.
Yeah, and there's the ball in the dirt, 1-0. And you said it earlier, and he similarly had that single in the first inning earlier off of Eckert even, and had a walk. So he's got 4 hits on the day. Doesn't hurt the average, right?
No, that's a really, really good day.
Yeah. 0-1 pitch is a called strike 2. So Logsleth looked at a couple of strikes here from senior right-hander Levi Olson. 6-0 Cards. 1 in the third, 3 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth, and those 2 are the bottom 2 in the batting order who scored, Jackson Martin and Landon Atkinson. So that's a huge deal. And this one is going to be smashed in the air, right center field, long run, and it's going to get in there for the Cardinals, and a good hit, at least a double, a runner around third and heading for home. Here comes a play at the plate, and the run scores. Cardinals lead it 7-0. Nice hit by, again, Logslett. Wow, 4 hits in a day. He could tell his kids someday I had a 4-hit game in high school.
Looks like we're going to get another pitching change here.
And so a 7-0 game. We had 1 and then 3 and then 3 more here for the Cardinals. Hustle by Brady Smith moving around those bases, making it 7-0, and with a double in the right center field gap. And that's where the big spacious gaps comes into play, right? Probably as much as any hit we've seen all day.
Yeah, that center fielder had a long run from where he was playing, and he wasn't even close to catching it. So that was a nice hit by Lucas.
And that means John Schubert, the hard-throwing number 21, coming into the game. And with Levi, we had Stelrecht went 3 2/3, and now going 1 inning is what Levi Olson did, because he retired the side there. And we do have. Am I correct? Do we have 2 outs here?
1 out.
1 out. So make it 2/3 of an inning is all that Levi Olson gets in the book. And now it brings up Brecken Boivier, who will face the left-hander whose name I mentioned to you a moment ago and forgot. John Schubert, another one of those seniors.
This will be New Richmond will be an interesting team come playoff time though too, because again they've got the one really good ace.
Right.
But I mean, just from what I've seen, Stelrecht throws hard, but he's all over the place. There does not appear to be a really deep
they're
staff.
human after that. Yeah,
yes,
for sure. And so now we'll get to Brecken Boivier with runner at second and Logsled, and the Cards up 7-0. And swing and a miss, strike 1.
Brecken Boivier.
Quality Propane and Fuels. Propane keeps the lights on and your appliances and furnace running even during power outages. Residential, commercial, and industrial. Choose Quality Propane and Fuels when you need propane for your home or business. Ball missing, 1-1. Quality Propane and Fuels, committed to their customers and community. QualityPropaneandFuels.com. There's the 1-1 pitch, and this one smashed to right field, and it's going to be caught. Reaching up and grabbing it is Aiden Eckert for out number 2.
That ball was hit right on the screws.
Yeah.
Almost went over the right fielder's head.
Yeah, that's Eckert out there, right? He reached up and snagged it for out number 2, and it brings up Cole Perlberg. And Cole, a couple of RBI singled in this game, and so that's been good to see from him.
Yeah, I think he's been, I don't know, maybe trying a little too hard this season too, being one of the better returning players coming back. And
planning to go to Whitewater, I believe.
Yes.
The ball in the dirt misses 1-0 with Hagman on deck. Again, top of the 5th. It's, it's typically you play 7 innings unless it was a 10-run rule through 5.
After
right?
5,
so,
yep.
Yeah. Only 7-0 right now. There's a ball in the dirt. So 2-0 now for Perlberg, the right-hander against the lefty John Schubert, the latest New Richmond pitcher. 4th of the day, 3rd this game. Strike, 2-1. WOGO, Halley, Eau Claire, Chippewa Falls. 2-1 count. In the dirt low, 3-1. 3-1 to Perlberg. Back in the earlier game today, Cole, a couple of strikeouts and a fly out to right. And an 8-1 loss, but right now the Cards up 7-0. So turning the tables on New Richmond here. Brady Smith on the mound. And this one tapped foul. As close as any ball to us all day.
Yeah. Can almost grab that.
Yep. So count goes full, 3-2 to Perlberg. Cards have had some long innings in the 3, 4, and 5 in getting the 1 run, the 3 runs, the other 3, some long half innings.
Yeah, and that can wear a team down, especially again you're playing a doubleheader and having long innings like that. Kind of that energy level can drop real quick.
But it juices you if you're the team that's scoring the runs,
right?
It
does,
yeah. Yep. So Chahai fighting back here, and the ball fouled off by Perlberg. Top half of 5. Getting into the bullpen for. Don't forget on Tuesday, the postseason. We're wrapping up our regular season here with these innings at New Richmond under the lights, but it's on the radio, Chi High and Eau Claire Memorial Girls in softball postseason, 4:35 on Tuesday. This is a ground ball, and the pitcher going after it. A tough play, and he can't get it. And it's a single for Perlberg because the pitcher went to grab it. I'm not even sure, and he didn't necessarily. So However, they score that. He's aboard. And the Cardinals with runners to the corners and 2 outs. And New Richmond, trouble getting an out. And Braden Hagman now.
Yeah, tough play by the pitcher there, but he tried to barehand it instead of using his glove, too.
Right.
I don't know, maybe an error in the book.
It's kind of tough because, right, it very easily could be. But, I mean, over there, and you kind of think, it's such a catch and toss, right? I mean, he's probably thinking catch and toss. But it's just something as simple as that. Just go down, grab the ball, and toss it. But it was almost like he was tossing it before he picked it up, right?
Yep. Certain situations, I think sometimes kids panic a little bit instead of just stay relaxed and composed. Just pick up the ball and throw it.
Yep. All right, so it brings up Hagman now, Cardinal left fielder, and he hits one right to the second baseman, but not before the Cards score 3 more runs. They strand 2 in the middle of 5 from New Richmond. It's Chi-High 7 now, and New Richmond nothing on WOGO Sports. This is Cardinal Baseball.
At Chippewa Valley Financial Services, they know that taxes and bookkeeping are a necessary part of life and business. But often, the last thing is in Chippewa Falls and Eau Claire, and a full staff of accountants, bookkeepers, and tax preparers. Chippewa Valley Financial Services stands ready to help businesses and individuals, taking away the burden and freeing up your time for what matters most. For taxes, accounting, and bookkeeping, there's only one name you need to know: Chippewa Valley Financial Services.
Want to reach more local customers? Advertise on WOGO Sports.
Cardinals trailing 5-4. The pitch from Elstad.
And this one, base hit to center. The Cardinals runner to third, around third, and digging for home. Here comes the play at the plate, sliding center.
Wow.
Cardinals win. Cardinals win. Allie Geist delivers the huge hit.
Advertise in WOGO's broadcasts of local high school sports. Call us anytime or click on advertising at WOGO.com.
Mark Halverson, Chad Frederick on the call with Maddie Aberly back at our WOGO studios, and Sam Aberly here, our video producer. Chi leads at 7-0. Just looking at the Cardinal at bats the last few innings. They had 7 hitters come up in the 3rd inning, 8 in the 4th inning, and another 8 in the 5th inning. So here's the deal, recipe for success. Next time I have to do the Toyson Ford keys to the game, I'm going to say, have the leadoff hitter get on every inning and have at least 7 guys go to the plate, and I think you're going to do okay.
Yeah, you shouldn't lose very many of those ball games.
Okay. And now for Black, it's Kretovics, Driscoll, and Terrace. So Kretovics, a single and the line out to short in this nightcap of the doubleheader. The Chi leads 7-0. Smith in the dirt, 1-0. All right, so again, the last 3 right-handed hitters Brady faced, he hit them. Again, in different ways. It was like on the wrist, on the body, and then the helmet. So at this point, we've had a couple of lefties. Fowkes was a pinch hitter at lefty, and now Kretovics looking at a 1-0 count. The pitch, and it's grounded to second, and Logslet's got it over to first for out number 1. So Cards 8 outs away from victory here, and it brings up Driscoll. Although I should say, I cautioned myself because in the 5th inning, I was starting to count down the outs with Brasina earlier, and of course he left after 5. You said what, 80 pitches, right?
80 pitches, yep.
Reagan Driscoll.
So 4-3, that one scored, and it brings up Reagan Driscoll. And he has sacrificed and grounded out to third in his 2 trips. And this one hit to center field, and it's measured by Erickson for out number 2. So a fly out to center. Cards 7 outs from victory, and Gavin Terrace now the 3rd baseman. I just can't help myself.
You can definitely see, looks like New Richmond's kind of body language too.
Yeah.
After that last, when they came in after being out in the field that last inning. Heads are down a little bit.
Sure. I've said this line, and I'm going to tell you that I've really loved this line. Off-speed pitch, called strike, 1-0 to Gavin Terrace, but maybe I haven't dropped it on you. 2004, Mike Sherman's the coach of the Packers. Bobby Knight, Bobby Knight, I don't know where Bobby Knight, if he was still a coach at Texas Tech or completely retired at that time, as the college basketball coach Bobby Knight come and speak to the team. And the count's 1-1 now to Terrace. And Bobby Knight says, very memorably for me 20 years later, he said, mental is to physical as 4 is to 1. And so that's how important that mental aspect of the game is when you talk about, their body language. I mean, it's just huge. And it's just always struck me, as count as 1-1, ball 2-1, is because who says that? But I thought, Knight won 3 national titles, and I know about all the other stuff. But, I mean, he won 3 national titles, and he was, 76, 81, 87, 3 national titles in 11 years. And, and Mike Krzyzewski learned it from Bobby Knight, and so, and this one's going to be smashed and caught at third base by Martin to end the inning for the Cards. And Chi High gets him 1, 2, 3 in the 5th. And through 5 from New Richmond, it's Chi High 7, New Richmond nothing on WOGO Sports.
Competition drives us to be our best. That's why sports are such a valuable experience for all of our young athletes. At Toys & Ford, we know the importance of good competition. It's easier than ever to shop for a new car or truck, and that's pushed all of us at Toys & Ford to be better at what we do in creating a great experience for our customers. It's the reason that we have the slogan, "You'll find a friend." So before you head to the next high school game, stop into our all-new dealership in Chippewa Falls and see why you'll find a friend at Toys & Ford.
Only the best. That's what you get from Stelter Incorporated and the concrete they provide. For 3 generations, Stelter Incorporated has been helping turn people's dreams into reality with the highest quality ready-mix concrete tested every day. Stelter mines and processes the aggregates themselves, and their fleet of dump trucks and drivers are here to serve you. Expect the best. That's what you'll get from Stelter. Stelter Incorporated, online at stelterincorporated.com.
To the top of the 6th we go. The Cardinals, how can they match what they've done lately? 7 batters in the 3rd, 1 run. 8 batters in the 4th, 3 runs. 8 batters in the 5th, 3 more runs. And now to the 6th we go. Gavin Thompson, Jackson Martin, and Landon Atkinson. Great catch by Jackson to end that last inning.
Yep. Nice play. Positioned perfectly for that. Ball was hit pretty hard down the line, and he was just able to reach and react.
Yeah. That's why they call it the hot corner, right?
Yep.
Gavin Thompson.
All right, so Gavin has walked twice and flown out to center. So just to finish the Bobby Knight story, I mean, I love that, though, because it says to me, wow, that's how important he thought the mental aspect was. And I think it applies to all sports.
It definitely does. I think, that's probably something that gets overlooked a lot is the mental aspect in any sport.
Right.
How you deal with the successes and failures. And
so I think even in recent years, there's a ball low. I know at least Tammy Slowiak, part of the faculty, she's been working in terms of that aspect of the game. And I went to a Rotary convention a year ago in Green Bay, and the Packers have a kind of psychology coach or mental health coach, if you will. And it counts now 3-0 to Gavin Thompson. But and I think that there's however many there were in the league that do. Kansas City did, interestingly. And so I think they're, again, recognizing that. And I think really since the pandemic, right? Ball 4. It seems like we've had Thompson's aboard on the leadoff walk. 6 straight innings, the leadoff hitter for the Cardinals.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. But it just, I think, there's been it's okay to acknowledge, we can more comfortably talk about mental health stuff,
Yes, for sure.
I mean, if there's a positive that's come out of the pandemic, that would be one I would identify, I guess. Called strike. On the other end, it wasn't so positive, all the mental health challenges it created, for kids especially, right? So.
Yeah, they had the tough go of it, obviously with the homeschooling stuff.
Yeah.
Not ideal. Maybe works for some kids.
Ball misses 1-1.
For the most part, I think kids want to be in school, hang out with their friends and see them, day to day. And
right.
They missed out on that for a while.
1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out. Cardinal leadoff runner aboard for the 6th straight inning here in Game 2. And this is going to be a bunt attempt down the third baseline. Well executed. Throw over to first is going to be safe. And so runners at first and second to start the inning. I'd have to go back and see how much they've done that. That was a bunting for a hit by Jackson Martin. So runners at first and second with Atkinson now. Landon's caught all day for the Cards, hitting in the 9 spot, and reached on an error on the pitcher last time and was hit by a pitch before that. Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, the Cards score 3 here, take care of business. They could end this game a little early.
Yeah, that would be ideal.
That would be nice. A lot of people cheering for that. I know Sam Eberly wants us to stick around for another inning, but, you know. No, he's okay. He said he'd be okay with it. All right. 1 ball and no balls and 1 strike to Atkinson against the left-hander here, John Schubert. Runners at first and second. And the ball misses. 1-1. Brady Smith on deck for the Cards. How about Logsled? 4 for 4 this game. No, is that correct?
I think
he had a sacrifice. He had 3 for 4.
3 for 4.
I think I have trouble reading my. There's a bunt attempt laid down here. Throw over to first, and it's going to be not in time. The runner's safe again. Back-to-back bunt singles for the Cards at the bottom of their order.
Back to the top, number 5, Brady Smith.
Yeah, Lockslett is 4 for 4 on the day. Yeah, so it brings up Brady Smith with the bases loaded and nobody out for the Cards. Again, lost the earlier one to Eckert, potentially pitcher of the year in the Big Rivers Conference, but faring better here in Game 2, leading it 7-0. And coming out with a split would be, and again, makes that bus ride home a lot better than getting swept, that's for sure.
Yes, it does. That makes it a lot more enjoyable.
Ball misses 1-0. Brady, top of the order here. At bottom of the order, really producing. Hitting a walk and a couple of bunt singles. Taking what Chad said he liked about bunting is he had good speed, so he could beat him out. So there's a called strike.
It helps.
Yep. And not everybody was even hitting from the left side, you know. So you're a righty, right?
I was a righty,
yeah.
Yep.
All right, Smith 2 for 3 this game, and this one fouled off. Actually, 2 for 3, and then he had walked too. So on base percentage is .750 in this game for the Cardinal pitcher, who was the DH the first game. High school level, some pitchers bat, some don't. Obviously, Eckert a batter, but not Stelrecht wasn't. And this one hit pretty solidly to right center, coming over on it, and the catch is going to be made by Severine, but the runner tagging, and the Cardinals lead it 8-0. And sliding in, Gavin Thompson.
Number 12,
8-zip Chippewa as the sac fly from Brady to center field, and the RBI. And it brings up Jared Erickson. Erickson hitting from the left side. Looking for a hit here. Jared, the Cardinal senior, and the ball misses 1-0. You know who I didn't think about? It's a long day for. It's a long day for the umpires, too.
It is.
Although they take turns about who's behind home plate, right? So
They do.
Erickson in the 2 spot. And this is going to be a solid smash, but to short, little problem there for the shortstop, and the bases are loaded. So E6 there as Erickson reaches, and bases are loaded as Martin
Number 14,
makes it to third, and Atkinson to second, and Erickson at first with only the 1 out on the sac fly from Smith, and it brings up the red-hot Lucas Logslett.
Perfect guy to have at the plate.
Yeah. 4 for 4 in this one. Ball misses 1-0. Hit a single and got to second, a single, and was then taken out at a fielder's choice. A single and an RBI, and another single last inning. 1 ball, no strikes. Only 1 out for the Cardinals here. Top of the 6th. The pitch from Schubert misses 2-0. With Boyvier on deck. Again, the Cards, it was hard to get a hit at all in the first game. They managed to get a run, fortunately, on a hit, an error, and another single. And there's the ball. 3-0 now from John Schubert, the left-handed senior, in out of Coach Dan Kredovic's bullpen after Eckert carried the day in Game 1. Big wide stance here for Logslet, who's had good success. Looks at a called strike, 3-1. Even Lucas probably didn't have a green light on a 3-0 there. So.
No, that's a good team at bat right there, just to take that pitch. And
yeah. Bases loaded with Cardinals. Only one out. The pitch. Takes his base, so RBI on a walk for Logslet, and it's 9-0. So scoring from third is Jackson Martin. It makes it 9-zip for the Cardinals. As Atkinson to third, Erickson to second, Logslet at first, and Breckenboivier. And that'll do it for Schubert. So again, we had Stelrecht for 3 2/3, Levi Olson for 2/3, and now Schubert goes for, trying to think, that would be 4 1/3 for an inning, I guess. So.
Yep.
Pitching change
and number 9.
Jordan Rice.
All right, so our fourth pitcher this game is Jordan Rice, another senior. So some of the seniors as backup pitchers, I guess, reserves. Jordan Rice, number 9. And setting the scene for you here for after a moment ago, right, we had Logslet with the walk, and so base is still loaded here on WOGO. Time to tell you that Livia Weight Control Center in Eau Claire is the trusted leader in weight loss with doctor-recommended personalized weight loss and nutrition plans. Our own Caleb Swenson lost 55 pounds in less than 3 months and has kept it off for well over a year. Livia also has the best pricing on GLP-1 weight loss medications. Mention WOGO Sports to save 50% on your personalized weight loss and nutrition plan. Livia Weight Control Center in Eau Claire. Livia Weight Control Center in Eau Claire. During many of our games, you can check out our Metropolis Resort Smile Cam and watch in-game reactions. It's constant smiles and fun at Metropolis Resort in Eau Claire with Action City, Chaos Water Park, and on-site dining and coffee. Book your adventure at metropolisresort.com. That's metropolisresort.com. All right, so Jordan Rice is kind of lefty-righty, lefty-righty. So we had a righty, then we had a lefty in Olson, and then we had no. We had a righty in Stelrecht. I think Olson was a righty, and Schubert was a lefty,
yep.
right?
Yep.
And now Jordan Rice is a righty. Okay. All right, bases loaded. We were asking for 10-0, and right now 9-0 for the Cardinals. There's a ball. 1-0 to Breckenboivier, who has flown out to center, hit into a fielder's choice, grounded out to second, and flew out to right. So he'd like to get into the hit parade here, Brecken.
He would.
Why not? The first base looks at one, fouls it off. Does a good job over at first base with the stretch for the Cards. Struck out a couple times, grounded out to third. So he's over for the day.
Fan made a nice catch behind us.
You know it's a tough game for your team when that gets more cheers than just about anything that's happened. And you go back to this first inning, that was huge for Brady to get out of that jam, right?
Yep, that would have changed the game quite a bit.
It really would have. I mean, you fall energized probably. Again, talking about that mental aspect of the game. And Rice throws pretty hard, and the count goes to 1-2. So Boivier falling behind 1-2. There's still only one out. Cardinals, again, from the third inning on, 7 batters at least, 7, 8, and 8. And this one ripped to first base, and they'll throw it to home, and run scores. Run scores for the Cardinals at first. And so I couldn't tell, that was not a line out?
Nope, ground ball.
Okay,
first.
It appeared to me like it was a line drive that he caught, so I somehow didn't see the ground part. So everybody's safe, run scores at home. It was couldn't quite execute the pitch and catch there.
Yep, first baseman made a nice play. It just spiked the throw to the plate for the force, and catcher couldn't hold on to it.
Yeah. So would you call that an error on the throw?
Error on the first baseman.
Okay,
throw. Yep.
E3. All right, so Boivier, and so let's get in the run. Atkinson scoring what would be the 10th run for the Cardinals. Erickson to third, Logslat to second, Boyviers at first, and the count is 1-0 to Cole Perlberg. And if you feel like Cole was just up, it feels that way. This is his 4th at bat in 4 innings.
Yes.
Okay.
And
called strike. So 1-1 to the Cardinals shortstop. He had a single and an RBI in the 3rd and the 4th, and then another single in the 5th. So he's had 3 singles in 3 innings. If he can get one here, it'd be 4 singles in 4 innings. Pretty good.
That's having a good day.
That's having a good day. Called strike. That was low, but 1-2 now. 10-0 Cardinals take care of business in the bottom of the 6th and could end this game a little early, an inning early.
Yeah.
Right. 10-zip. Lost earlier, 8-1. The pitch. Ooh, ball misses. 2-2. Still only 1 out. Bases loaded for the Cardinals. Have scored 3 already in the inning. The 3 guys in the bottom of the order, Thompson, Martin, and Atkinson, scoring there. Again, good performance by Brasina earlier in 5 innings, and that was an encouraging sign after he'd rested over the weekend. There's a ball in the dirt, gets away, and it's going to allow the runner to advance and score an 11-0 Chahai lead. So 11-0 on the wild pitch, and that allows Erickson to come in from 3rd, and the other runners advancing to 2nd and 3rd. And the 3-2 count. And the pitch. And this one smacked to left center field. Good run, and it's all the way to the fence. Really clobbering that one is Cole Perlberg, his 4th hit in 4 innings, and 2 more runs are scoring. And it's now 13-0 Chippewa. Wow. So Carl blasted one into that big, huge gap in left center for a double, and 2 RBIs there.
Yep, that was a nice hit. Hit it hard.
And they certainly have enough to act at this point. Even if New Richmond would score in the 6th, they're going to have to score a few.
They are.
And they haven't scored any on Brady Smith. So Brady now 3 outs away from a win. And New Richmond just trying to get a couple of outs here. And this is the 9th hitter in the inning. So this is more hitters than they brought in any of the 3rd, 4th, or 5th when they've scored 1, 3, and 3. Swing and a miss, strike 1 to Hagman, and he got his money's worth on that one.
He did. He got a fastball. Braden loves to hit fastballs. And
so 1 run in the 3rd, 3 in the 4th, 3 in the 5th. They've scored 6 runs in the 6th. I mean, I was just, for kicks and giggles, I was just saying that maybe if they scored 3, but I've settled for 6. The count now 1-1 to Hagman. Cardinal left fielder all day long. Had a hit back in the 4th. He's been in on the fun. Speaking of parade, the Memorial Day Parade Monday in Eau Claire. Invite everybody out for that. Called strike. 1-2 to Hagman. Thanks to everybody who made the broadcast possible today. Nothing matches the length of political coverage like doing a baseball doubleheader. Used to anchor a lot of political coverage from 88 on at WWIB and WOGO. Called strike to Hagman, and he's retired, 2nd out. 10th hitter in the inning now is Gavin Thompson.
Pinch hitter here looks like Dominic Hayes is going to be.
Okay. Dominic Hayes, his first time out today, the Cardinals senior.
Number 11, Dominic Hayes.
Hitting in place of Gavin Thompson. Against Jordan Rice. And again, we've got, after the last double, cleared the bases really for the Cards with Perlberg. So runner, just a lone runner at 2nd. It's amazing how quick you can get spoiled. I mean, all of a sudden this game, I'm like, what? There's only 1 runner on base. That was my thought. And I'm just like.
It's been a parade of runners in this game for the Cardinals.
So you're usually in the Chahai parent section, so they're a lot happier there. There's a nice shot, base hit to right field for the Cardinals, and runner is going to dig for home, and he's going to get there and lead it 14-0 as the Cardinals, Cole Perlberg gets in for that one. So 14-zip Chippewa. Sounds like 2 touchdowns and 2 extra points as Dominic Hayes getting a nice single to right field there. and the RBI. And it brings up Jackson Martin.
Oh, it's good for Dominic to
Yeah.
get that hit.
Absolutely. Sit on the bench all day, and there's a strike one to hard-swinging Jackson Martin. 14-zip, so the Cards got a cushion here on trying to 10-run rule New Richmond here in Game 2 after losing the earlier game 8-1 here on WOGO Sports just after 8:30 in the evening. Ball misses. For Mark Levin fans, he'll be back tomorrow. The problems in the world don't change, so he'll be out there for him. 1-1. And Jackson Martin seeing if he can extend the rally. He is the 11th hitter this inning, and he fouls it off. 1-2 to Jackson. Number 8 on the Cardinals. One of those seniors. We got a lot of seniors, too.
Yeah, I think we've got 9.
9,
which is
okay. But it's not 11, but it's still a lot. 1-2 to Martin. From Jordan Rice, he misses 2-2. Wonder if a lot more parents, with Jordan being the name of the Packer quarterback, a lot more parents naming their kids Jordan.
Yeah, you probably see a little bit of a run.
Depends on the success of the season. Maybe a couple years ago, right? Yeah. I've heard his injury was one of the things that limited him last year. Ball fouled off. Didn't help to get hurt in Game 1.
No, that makes for a long grind of a season.
So 2 balls and 2 strikes and 2 outs now. Jackson Martin. It's the top of the 6th, but the Cards lead 14-0. And when New Richmond does get the 3rd out, the Cards just 3 outs away from winning this thing. 7 runs in this inning. Jordan Rice, the right-handed pitcher, the senior, delivers. Ball low, 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes, senior to senior, righty to righty. Will the rally continue? 1, 3, 3, and 7 over the last 4 innings. So the Cards not tiring, but getting stronger. 3 balls and 2 strikes, 2 out, runner at first. 14-zip chart high lead to pitch. And this one golfed foul, third base side. Thanks to all of our great advertisers who made the broadcast possible today, as we have given them lots of attention. I'm going to later ask Chad and Sam to recite the commercials because they've heard them as much as I have today. 3 balls and 2 strikes, 2 out. Jordan Rice, the pitch. This one smacked up the middle. Tough hop for the shortstop. Tries to get it to second. Runner safe. It was a tough hop for the shortstop, Driscoll. And the runner is safe, so Martin aboard.
Looks like we got another pinch hitter here. Isaiah Hendricks is going to...
Okay, Isaiah we saw earlier. And he'll come up in place of Landon Atkinson. So Hendricks getting his opportunity as well, and he's one of those 9 Chi-High seniors, I believe, right? He is, in fact.
Yep, he is.
End of our regular season coverage here in our spring sports on WOGO, and then it's all postseason from there, starting with softball doubleheader on Tuesday. As number 7, Isaiah Hendricks, taking his shot at extending the rally, and there's a called strike. So on Tuesday here on the radio on FM 103.1 AM 680, WOGO.com, and the WOGO Sports YouTube channel, it'll be Chi-High and Eau Claire Memorial, 4:35 the pregame, 25-minute pregame show. And this one in the air, and slicing foul, first base side. And meanwhile, we'll also have coverage of McDonald versus Loyal Greenwood in softball, and that also at 4:35 pregame on our WOGO Sports YouTube channel and on Facebook for that. So both of those broadcasts, both from Casper, and we'll see what happens after that in terms of home or not. There's the next pitch, and a called strike 3 to Hendricks, but not before the Cards score 7, strand a couple more. Trying to see if we can end this thing in the bottom of the 6th. Chi blowing out New Richmond, 14-0 here in the nightcap on WOGO Sports. This is Cardinal Baseball.
The YMCA of the Chippewa Valley, now with 5 membership branches in Chippewa Falls, Eau Claire, and Menominee, a tennis center, a sports center, 2 early learning communities, and Camp Manitou. Join our community and discover your why. The YMCA of the Chippewa Valley. Visit ymca-cv.org or stop in for a tour at any of our convenient locations today. That's ymca-cv.org. See you at the Y.
There are many reasons to open a smart checking account at Royal Credit Union, including no monthly fees, no minimum balance, and a $250 bonus. Getting your $250 is easy. Open your account by May 31st, receive 2 payroll direct deposits of $200 or more, and you'll get a $250 bonus. See details and open your account today at rcu.org/checking bonus. No minimum balance required to obtain bonus. Offer ends 5/31/25. Insured by NCUA.
Mark Halverson, Chad Frederick back here at New Richmond. Beautiful Citizens Field as Chahai leads at 14-0. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Sam Aberley, our video producer today, and Maddie Aberley back at our WOGO studios, the radio producer.
Is your shopping a bit boring?
Paper or plastic?
Then come to Bargain City's Superstore in Chippewa Falls, Rice Lake, and Eau Claire. Bargain City's ever-changing inventory means you never know just what you'll find or how big your savings could be. Name brand apparel, home goods, furniture, even new scratch and dent appliances with warranty. Bargain City Superstore in Chippewa Falls, Rice Lake, and Eau Claire. Your shopping adventure awaits.
All right, we're back here on WOGO Sports and approaching 9 o'clock in the evening with the bottom of the 6th, and it's Eckert, Scribner, and Solberg. And Eckert, the winning pitcher from Game 1, hitting from the left side against Brady Smith. 14-0 Chippewa. It's amazing just the difference, though, right? I mean, the Cards, the first inning, you're like, the first game, you're like, wow, they managed 1 run, and I don't know, man, we lost 8-1, and those last couple of innings looked really rough, but different story. Who the pitcher is makes a big difference. There's an off-speed pitch, misses 2-2.
Yep, typically if you can get into a team's bullpen,
yeah,
you know, get the starter out early,
right,
you're going to have a little bit more success too.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Aiden Eckert. Looks the ball low, 3-2. He actually walked his last time, so he singled and walked against Brady today. And you never know. You never know. The Cards could face New Richmond again in the postseason.
Yep.
You're hoping you're not facing Eckert, obviously. I mean, it's just night and day difference here in that regard. And take your base. And so he is aboard for the second straight time with a walk to start the bottom of the 6th inning. And Bennett Scribner now. So we'll see what kind of rally capacity New Richmond might have. But in a deep hole, even if they score 4 runs, the game would end here in the 6th. They'd have to score at least 5 to extend it to a 7th inning. Scribner, the catcher, been a long day for him behind the plate. Called strike. Hit into a 4-6-3 double play last time he was up in the 4th and struck out. Start the game against Brady, who hasn't had a ton of strikeouts all day. The pitch. This one gets by the shortstop, Perlberg, so runners at first and second and nobody out for New Richmond. And it brings up Alex Solberg, the sharp hitting DH, sophomore DH. Was hit by a pitch last time and flew out to center earlier.
Solberg.
But Solberg, actually, in that first game, we were impressed with his hitting form, and he did have 3 hits, so there you go. Solberg, Cards, 3 outs away. Brady Smith digging down, trying to come up with it here. And this one smacked to left field, and rounding third and heading for home, New Richmond. They're going to fake the throw, and then the runners stay at first and second. So the RBI single for Alex Solberg, his 4th hit of the day, and an RBI, and they avoid the shutout. It's 14-1, and scoring is Eckert, and Scribner to second, and Solberg at first. And now Landon Atkinson going to talk to Brady Smith. And Mitch Steinmetz is coming out too. And so we'll see who they're calling on. It looks like they're going back to their pitcher from the start of the day.
Nope, I think they're going to go.
Oh, okay.
I think they're going to go Brecken, and they're going to move Lucas to first.
Okay.
And Dixon's going to go play second.
Okay, so Dixon. So let's get all these shifts in place. So Brady Smith is done, and he pitches 5 innings, as Brasina did earlier, and gives up just the 1 run, but responsible for the other runners in this 14-1 contest. So, all right, help me out. Second base is Dixon.
Yep.
Ryan Dixon. Is that correct, Ryan?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And
Ryan
then,
Dixon at second.
so Brecken's
going to pitch.
Yep, and then Lucas is going to slide from second to first.
Okay. So tell me about Brecken as a pitcher.
The lefty. He's got a good fastball. Actually has a pretty nice changeup when he throws it. So he's pitched a decent amount this year too. A little bit more on the weekends for us in some of the non-conference games, but he's done a really good job.
Lucas Logslet is over at first now. And Dixon, you got to have somebody. So it's, shifting pieces and 14-1 game. Hoping to get this, would have loved to see Brady go the distance, but not to be today.
Yeah, and I guess, he could be out of pitches too, I guess, without knowing what the pitch count is.
All right, well, what else can we tell you? Turn your dreams into reality with Stelter Incorporated, the highest quality and longest-lasting concrete for 3 generations. Stelter Incorporated, always proud to support local sports. Visit StelterIncorporated.com. And for a limited time, Royal Credit Union is offering $250 for new checking accounts so you can get the perks you need, plus an extra bonus for making the switch. Opening an account is easy. Visit any Royal Credit Union office or go to rcu.org. No minimum balance required to obtain bonus. Offer ends at the end of the month, 5/31/25, insured by NCUA. All right, so the Cards 3 outs away from a victory, and Luke Quaddy now, the second baseman, hitting from the right side against Boisvert. Moves over from first, runners at first and second. There's the pitch. A called strike 1 from Brecken. Tall guy, I don't know, over 6 foot for sure.
Yeah, I would say he's probably 6 foot, 6'1".
Yeah. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2 to Quaddy. Quaddy's grounded out to short and was hit by a pitch. Earlier in game 1 in the 8-1 victory, Quaddy had a single and a couple of walks. Fouls it off. So he fared okay against Brasina and company. And the count 0-2 to Quaddy. With Dirks on deck. And this one fouled off again into the net. Again, that doubleheader on Tuesday, postseason, wrapping up our regular season tonight here on WOGO Sports. Got on the air here at 3:40. Thanks to those of you dedicated fans who've been with us the whole 5 hours. That one gets away from the catcher, Atkinson, allowing the runners to advance to second and third. You never know when you go to the bullpen, right?
That's true.
Yeah. And again, nothing against, Boisvert here. It's just there's something about it. It's a huge deal to be the starter and to log the 5 innings, if you will. So second and third and nobody out. Again, it's a high hit from Quaddy, and it's going to be caught by Perlberg for the first out of the inning. So the Cards 2 outs away from wrapping this thing up. And it brings up Max Dirks, the left fielder. Dirks, number 1. He's flown out to left and was hit by a pitch. Cardinals a lot more at bats. I mean, they've had 7, 8, 8, and 11 batters in the last 4 innings to accumulate the lead that they have, scoring 1, 3, 3, and 7. Ball low. Yeah, actually, the Cards didn't score the first couple of innings, but then progressively got better for them.
They did once they got that first one, then
Yeah.
kind of just
That's right.
opened up from there for them.
Pitch low to Dirks. So Boisvert trying to find his location, his accuracy on this May 22nd, Thursday evening. Swing and a miss, strike one. Two and one to Dirks with Regan Severine on deck. We'll see if he bats or not. Called strike two. So rallying back successfully, Brecken Boisvert, the Cardinals, in relief of Brady Smith, who terrific outing for him again here today. Swing and a miss, strike three. So the second strikeout, and the Cards down to the final strikeout of the day, final out of the day.
Pinch hitter here, 24.
Okay. And that is Dane Lease. He's been a pinch runner a couple of times, but his first time to the plate today. Now, how hard is that? If you've been in to run a couple of times, but it's your first at bat at the end of 5-hour baseball marathon.
Yep, that can be tough. You know, all the kids take their cuts in the cage before the game and stuff, but then if you're sitting for 5 hours, you kind of lose that rhythm.
I see Coach Steinmetz has had the guys here out running every half inning here a little bit, or every inning, and so that's something to keep them loose. And there's a ball misses 1-0. So coming in relief of Brady Smith, Brecken Boisvert has gotten 2 outs here, a pop-up and a strikeout, and now just 3 strikes away from ending this thing. Fouled off, 1-1. 14-1 Chahai lead after losing earlier 8-1. Cardinals had led 1-0 through 5 though, but then Brasina had left after 5, got third time through the order, and exploding for 6 runs and 2 runs were New Richmond. So there's a called strike. And the count 1-2. The Cards down to their final strike of the day. New Richmond down to their final strike with runners at second and third, trailing 14-1. The left-hander Boisvert delivers, fouled off. Staying alive at 1-2. Immediately after this one comes to an end here in the bottom of the 6th, we'll take a 3.5-minute timeout, and then we'll come back with kind of a recap, some highlights of just Game 2. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. This game is over. Boisvert ends it with a couple of strikeouts, and New Richmond scores 1, strands 2 in the 6th, and Chahai closes it out an inning early, 14-1. We'll take a 3.5-minute break. Back in a moment here on WOGO Sports.
Stuck on ideas for summer fun? Looking for a place that keeps the whole family entertained? We've got the solution. Metropolis Resort in Eau Claire. Dive into Chaos Water Park with water slides, a lazy river, and splash zones for the little ones. Plus, the fun never stops at Action City. Entertain everyone with go-karts, trampolines, mini golf, and more. See you all summer long at Metropolis Resort, where the fun never stops.
Metropolis Resort. MetropolisResort.com.
Whether it's in education, business, or athletics, being part of a team is something truly special. This is Jamie Leibrandt, Market President at Northwestern Bank, and every day our team is here for you, for your family, your business, and your community. At Northwestern Bank, you'll find all the technology and services of big banks, but in a personal setting that shows that people are what we value most. Northwestern Bank, building stronger communities where people matter. Member FDIC.
To help simplify life, people are looking to their homes for more comfort and enjoyment. New home builders as well as remodelers are completing their bathroom projects in style with luxury shower doors from White City Glass. 3/8 or half-inch shower doors from White City Glass offer a quality that is evident, making shower time more relaxing any day of the week. Are you ready for luxury, style, and relaxation? Make the right choice for your shower doors. See White City Glass today.
Hey, it's Caleb for Livia Weight Control Center in Eau Claire. The team at Livia personalized a weight loss and nutrition program just for me, and I lost 55 pounds in less than 3 months, and I've kept it off for well over a year. Livia also has the best pricing on GLP-1 medications, and they offer Lipo B12 and NAD Plus as well. Right now, you can save 50% on Livia's award-winning nutrition program. Lose 20 pounds or more by summer. Visit Livia.com, call 855-GO-LIVIA, or stop in to Livia Weight Control Center in Eau Claire.
Propane is energy efficient and affordable, and Quality Propane and Fuels has been the trusted propane supplier to northern Wisconsin since 1996. Propane keeps the lights on and your appliances and furnace running even during power outages. Trust the team at Quality Propane and Fuels, committed to their customers and always looking to improve safety and efficiency, helping you cut energy costs. Payment programs available for any situation. Residential, commercial, or industrial, choose Quality Propane and Fuels. Call, stop by, or visit qualitypropaneandfuels.com.
At Chippewa Valley Financial Services, they know that taxes and bookkeeping are a necessary part of life and business, but often the last thing you'd like to be working on. With offices in Chippewa Falls and Eau Claire and a full staff of accountants,